There's people that
I do a lot less of like writing out a meal plan of like,
Mhm.
here's your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Most people that I end up working with for nutrition are climbers or athletes of some sort.
Yeah.
And um, yeah, the nutrition and climbing combo is super interesting. Like it's a weight sensitive sport. Like you're fighting
Yeah.
gravity the entire time you're up there.
100%.
So there's this mindset of like the lightest weight is the best weight for me. And
Right.
that like often works for a while until it doesn't. And
Yeah.
then you see like injuries and like all these things come up.
Just nutritional lack of nutrient
Mhm.
injuries that come out of that.
Yeah, a lot of like chronic low level underfueling, or it's oftentimes not really even intentional, but it's kind of just this like background mindset of like, how little can I get away with? Like, how light can I be?
Little John are walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other one has to say.
Welcome to the Ruckless Podcast. We've got Amity. How do you say your last name?
Martin.
Perfect. I knew that.
No, I'm like fully embracing the single name identity at this point.
Oh, you're
Okay.
just like your Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rihanna, Cher.
This likes to
yeah.
be like super close to you, but not too close. But that's perfect. Keep going. You're embracing the
The single name identity.
so just
Single name.
Amity.
Yep.
I think that's super sick. I wish I was cool enough to just have a single name
Thankfully,
identity,
my parents named me a more unique name than my brother or sister.
like Seth and
What
Stacy.
Uh-huh.
What are their names?
What are the siblings' names?
Josh and Hannah.
Yeah.
So
Kinda
yeah, we
like-
got Brian, Adam, Joe, and I'm Tyrel.
Tyrel.
Tyrell.
Tyrel Davis trainer. So
Corporal.
when we talked a little bit about this, you have an
Simple.
adopted sibling. Not a lot of people know that Tyrell's my adopted sibling. So
Yep.
there you go, T. Boom, out there for all 14 people that are listening. And
well, we usually get the father son, like
Yeah,
whenever
we get a lot of that.
on the mountain, or like
Okay.
a
yeah,
We
we
run
have had a
into
lot
people.
of that on the
Yeah,
mountain.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, this is your dad. I'm like,
I
a
laugh.
lot of gray.
Like, man, I look good.
You do look good. And
Okay.
Tyrell Davis Trainer is a unique name. Also, when people know that my brother is adopted, but they don't know, they've never met him,
Okay.
and they meet him, and they'll kind of pull me to the side, like, I thought your brother was black.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know you did, actually. I completely knew that.
You saw that coming.
But I just let it sit there like that because I like to keep you guessing, He's a super skinny white guy. Named
skinny
after
white
the
kid.
Tyrell Sackett. Have you read the Sackett spit off at all?
No.
I'm sure you read a lot in the bus, the van.
I do.
Maybe it can be on the list somewhere. It's
I've
probably
never
pretty-
actually read them either. So
I've read all of them,
Your
every
namesake.
single one.
Okay.
I know I've dabbled throughout
With reading in general, or just
Yeah,
the
reading in
Sackett's
general.
Audiobooks.
More in specific.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there was a movie, probably maybe before me, or a TV show or something.
Mhm.
And VHS when I was a little kid, plug it in, and like Tyrell's getting yelled at, and I was like, "We're good with this.
I don't need to see it.
Yeah, it's just seems like I'm living this life already."
So I dig audiobooks too. I listen to a lot and I read a bit. But when somebody says like, yeah, I read that book, but they listen to it,
Uh-huh.
do you take offense at all? Or like, just say I listened to that book?
Oh, I don't think I'd get offended. No.
You don't give a crap.
No.
I dig that.
Yeah.
I always feel sensitive to that when I've read the book literally.
You're like,
versus,
I did the work.
I did the
Yeah.
work versus I listened. I just say I listened to the book. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I don't want people overestimating
Yeah.
this. You
Right.
know what I mean? Because my wife reads like 60 books a year, and I was looking at her, I'm like, she was valedictorian of her class, and I was just happy to graduate. Not as happy as Tyrell to graduate.
We don't have to
But
talk.
I was just happy to graduate.
You're gonna learn all about our family today.
Dude, when Tyrell walked across the stage, literally we were all like, please let there be a diploma in there. And he did. They did the whole handshake diploma thing like
Yeah.
everybody's getting ready to do on Friday, Saturday this week. And he opens it up on the stage and he sees it and he goes, it's like this. And he raises his
It's
arm up and
real.
he's like, it's in there. I graduated because we didn't know. He was like by the
They
hair
just
of
had a
his-
blank paper in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't the worst kid. I just attendance.
Mm.
Attendance not great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just didn't really show up.
Mm-mm.
You gotta show up in life sometimes.
Yeah. It was there was, I could have learned some things through that time when I
Yes.
was away,
I'm
and
sure
then
you.
got slapped in the face. You
Yeah.
know, as
I'm sure you
an
learned
adult.
things.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I
the
did.
written
You
things.
for sure learned some
Yeah.
stuff. Learn how to
We
dig
learned some
fence
life.
post holes and
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. But
Amity, thank you for being in studio.
Yeah.
For all y'all, did I say welcome to the Ruckless podcast yet?
I think you did a good
I
job.
always mess up. Today, I thought I was getting myself into. This is my neighbor's daughter, Amity, and we were driving in the neighborhood the other day, and my son goes like, "Look at this girl's back." You know what I mean? Because it's like just this. It's massive, and for your
Respect
little
to love
frame,
you.
for your little frame, it's like it's just all back, and I feel you because I have a bit of a gorilla thing going on myself, but not in a cool way, just like in a useless muscle way. But so I thought to myself, cool, I'll text her mom and see, text Jana,
Uh-huh.
neighbor Jana, and see if her daughter wants to come on. I knew she did some rock climbing. You know what I mean? I text her mom. She says, yeah, sure. And then she sends me like an Arc'teryx video. And I'm like, I think I got myself into something here. This chick is actually legit, like super good at what she does. I thought she just liked rock climbing a little bit, right?
We're charging by the hour.
Yeah. And you're super expensive too. Except for, dude, I'm pretty sure I was your 100,000. Like okay. So
You were probably at the moment.
I get on Instagram. It's 99.9 thousand people.
Okay.
And then I click follow and it says 100,000 people.
You brought me back up.
Did somebody leave you?
Well, people leave all the time. It's
Yeah, I
like-
know.
it's just
I
like
tried to
this-
get over 1,000.
Yeah.
And I dropped back to 998.
If I
haven't looked
don't
in a couple
post
months.
consistently for a long time, it's like, oh, you lost 2,000 followers. You're like,
Really?
What?
They weren't true followers.
They weren't. Do you think is it somebody told me it's probably just some bots and some of that other stuff too? Who unfollows somebody?
Right? Who like goes through and is
Like she's trash now.
right?
I don't like the way she said whatever.
Yeah.
I was curious because I mean I don't deal with this, but you see people post these videos of like, sorry you're gone or sorry I'm not sorry, and I'm always thinking like, who goes through and unfollows? Who's like that upset? Because mostly if someone doesn't post, it just
cares?
kind of falls in the wayside anyways. And
Who like actually culls their list of following?
yeah,
I don't.
yeah, that's a fun one.
I've never.
That is a fun one.
I've unfollowed one person. I absolutely
Ooh, you
cannot
did
say.
it.
I just
Yeah, don't say it. But
they
you
were
got
posting
there.
just
You
too
were like,
much. Dude,
I'll
I
show you.
didn't unfollow. I just silenced a couple people
Oh,
that I was
yeah.
tired of seeing, whether it's political.
Well,
stuff.
I think
on either side, I'm
Instagram
like,
has
easy.
changed the world where to like I don't get on like the Facebook. I feel
Oh,
like the
yeah.
Facebook is where you find like the old high school people that are like
Right.
they really got some opinions these days.
It is, dude.
And like I love that you have opinions, but I don't know. I don't think anyone
Keep 'em
really
to yourself.
Yeah, totally.
So it's
Yeah.
but then Instagram
Well, thanks
has
for
changed
bringing
too.
me back up to 100,000.
Boom.
Appreciate
You're
it.
so welcome. So I wasn't your first 100,000. It wasn't this milestone you hold and you keep forever.
Unfortunately not.
Shoot, man.
But
I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate you bumping me back up.
I'm topping off my coffee here because this is.
Well, we appreciate you being here because
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is
we
sick. So
This is
yeah,
my
all
first
the
in
following.
studio podcast. I'm always like
Okay,
in
sweet.
a little corner in
it's way more
my
fun in
van in the
studio.
back of a library, like
you
hoping
can-
my Wi-Fi doesn't cut out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And you're just, and you can actually talk on the studio. You're constantly cutting each other off, and you feel like you have to
Right.
stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Versus being able to just throw it out there.
Uh-huh.
So, Amity, just Amity, in studio, with the Ruckless boys, and it's cool because we have a lot of just like kind of what would appear like sort of alpha male-y hunter type dudes, and
No.
I know, but dude, I told you when you walked in, we decorated for you.
Well, yeah, I saw the carabiner up there.
I put this.
It's really authentic.
It's a Petzl. It's a Petzl carabiner.
It's not my sponsor. I'm sorry.
Oh, we gotta.
It is a. Who's your sponsors? Who are we sponsored by? I know Arc'teryx.
Arc'teryx is the primary.
Yeah.
And then Camp makes like carabiners and
Like the
quick
band
draws.
Camp, CAAMP.
No, actually.
Yeah,
Just like camp, like going camping.
I like it. Surprised the
They're,
name
like,
was still
based in-
available. Actually, yeah.
Right? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean they're like hundreds of years
Oh,
old,
okay.
like
Okay.
family company in Italy.
Got it.
Yeah.
So they came out early with that. They actually named it Camping.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we're just, it's like Kleenex. It used to be called something else.
Right.
You just have no idea what camping used to be
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
It was called life actually for a long time, right?
We're just living. Yeah.
It was just living. 200 years ago, like, I mean, we do that every day, buddy. I don't know what the big deal is. Yeah, we live like a bum in the woods. Yeah. So we decorated for you to make you feel more
I
comfortable.
feel very at home.
You're welcome. I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm sorry about the Petzl thing.
Are the antlers weight bearing, do we think?
I welded.
Yeah.
So had a welder welded this, then yes, you probably could. But if you want to take some antler and let's make some like climbing holds out of it, I think that's a sick idea for you.
Yeah.
Because it looks real grippy. I mean, it is really grippy.
It's good texture.
It'd probably be too easy for you.
Probably.
Do you just do you just like think I can climb anything?
No.
Have
Okay.
you watched her video? She can climb anything.
I'm just curious, like if you're like eating lunch in the pavilion, you're like, I could scale that building. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Because I just like,
No,
I
that's
said,
like
I'm like,
Alex
could I
Honnold's.
run up there? Like, could I climb that mountain? How
right.
fast would it take?
Yeah.
You just think you could just Spider-Man anything?
No.
Okay.
I
Reality.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel that confident in my abilities. Buildings and stuff is like Alex Honnold's thing.
Yeah.
Old Honnold. Yeah, and I saw you on his podcast.
Right.
Which was that a pretty big deal for you? Is that like the Joe Rogan of rock climbing podcasts?
It's probably one of the most well known. Yeah.
Yeah. I would assume he's one of the few names that we all know, right? Just because of his nerve wracking. The building thing didn't stress me out at all, but the free solo video was absolutely freaking nerve wracking for me.
Yeah.
It was nerve wracking watching your videos. Just the level of like, just sort of like sustained, say, I don't know how many minutes, it's hard to always tell in the video, but I'm gonna call it like 5 minutes of level 10 effort.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And just the shaking and just like,
Right.
I was watching you climb, what is it? Book of Hate?
Yeah.
And just like, you're just like, the whole body is like wanting to just quit.
Yeah. Like that I'm not actually that good at rock climbing. Like I have to try really, really hard to do things.
Okay.
I don't just like look at something and be like, yeah, I can do that. I'm like, God, it's gonna be like really hard. I'm gonna have to like really try.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're just pissed off and you're just like, I'm gonna get this. Just like I'm
No,
not
I
gonna
don't feel
stop.
angry
Not
about it.
angry.
Yeah.
No, but you just like, you don't have any quit. There's no quit.
Yeah.
Because that is one thing Alex Honnold said about you and your architecture. He's like, there's nobody that will go as hard as she goes. Like she doesn't quit.
I'm pretty willing to like be uncomfortable for a long time. And just
What's
like,
a long time?
I
8
mean,
days?
I've spent like 12 days on El Cap being pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you said you already did like you did a video about this. We can go find it. But and my wife was like, well, what are you gonna ask her? You don't know anything about her world. And I said, my first question is, where do you go to the bathroom on the mountainside? And I think, like I said, all 15 of our listeners are gonna want to know, how does that work logistically? Like, is there like a little ledge where everybody just goes poo and there's a big pile and at some point somebody's got to go shovel that off when it's dry? Because like you can't just spray it.
No, you can't.
Is it baggy
There's
time?
a lot of people. Yeah. You're like wag bagging.
Wag bag.
Okay, like a river rat would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you like wake up, you like have your morning coffee, and you're like, well, like before we
There's
climb
no
today.
room up there though. Like there's as much room as we have between me and you.
Yes.
And so your buddy,
yeah. So most
your
of the time,
compadre,
you're all
like,
like,
I need you to go over there.
yeah, you like play some music, so like,
You don't hear it.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
It's a good call.
You get some music going, and then you like, usually I'll like fix the rope so I can just like rappel down from whatever ledge we're on a little ways.
Nice.
And then you're just like hanging in the middle of space and
Hanging
like
ass out off the
wag
tree.
bagging. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do
then, but then
put
you have
on
to
your
like carry it
harness
up
with,
and over.
with no
Yeah.
pants on and just go down like trouserless?
Well, I just like get
full
down there and then I still have my harness on. You can
But
kind
no
of like,
pants.
well, you can kind of just like pull your pants down, like with the
Around
harness,
the harness.
still on.
Like over okay.
Yeah.
I just imagine myself like me on just a harness.
I might not be
No
like
clothes.
that good at rock climbing, but I'm like pretty high level, like pooping on
On the side of a
ledge.
mountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it have
Like
like
you
are
figured
you
this
just
out.
holding the bag or does it have like a little plastic thing that holds it for you so you can keep the bag
No,
open?
I mean you just hold it. Yeah.
I guess you get good at knowing where things come out.
So,
Like the first couple.
so there
Like,
is
'cause the
actually
first
like
kind of
Like you could just miss. You're like,
Ryan Devlin, who
I
does
thought my
another
butt was in a
climbing.
different place.
Right.
I've never done this, right? And you just like it just
My
completely empty
analogy.
bag when you get done. You're like,
Uh-oh.
oh God, dude, there's somebody. You're good, T. Oh, okay. What's
My
your analogy?
analogy is like you don't have to like you can like close your eyes and like put a fork in your mouth, right? Like you know where your mouth is.
I can't close my eyes and put something in my butt. I don't think.
But like you know where the poop comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pretty well know.
Yeah.
I got a bigger butt though than you. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
gotta-
gotta like surface
a
it. You
lot
got like
of real
arms to
estate.
get around.
Like, I can't
legs
poop.
and, like-
Dude, I can't poop in an airplane toilet. Okay, well, I can poop in an airplane toilet, but I can't poop and pee at the same time in an airplane toilet.
Right.
I have to let
That is-
the wee has to hang
Some
over
boy
the
problems,
edge.
dude.
Or I take a Dickies cup in there with me for the front
I've
hole and back
never
hole.
thought about that problem.
It's
Yeah,
really
me
tough.
too.
It is really tough. And yeah,
I mean, for the courtesy of the plane,
I try not to, just in
Yeah.
general. But you got those 8
when
hour
you see
flights.
you're walking back there.
That's,
when you
And they
see
know.
that's stressful. Yeah. Never thought about that.
You just got to let go of some stuff in life, kind of like pooping on the side of the mountain. You just
Yeah.
let it
You
go.
just gotta do it.
Don't-
So
you can't.
when you're doing like a 12-day, 8-day,
Mhm.
are there other people, other climbers within the course too?
That was one
So
of
you're
my
kind of like,
questions,
hey, I gotta poop. real
Do you have to
quick."
reserve El Cap? Like, how does that work? No, that's a serious question. Like,
Yeah.
because
No,
if
it
you
is.
show up and go, I'm going to run this 8-day climb, and then there's already 3 people on it.
Right. Okay. So most of the there's 2 or 3 routes that get done like pretty commonly
Okay.
for free climbing, and those typically take less amount of days because they're easier, and that's why more people do them. But it is getting more and more popular, and you are kind of like running up against more parties more often now. Because everyone's trying to hit like the same weather window or whatever. So you're kind of like, hey, we're gonna start today, and like maybe you guys start tomorrow, and then so you're not like all trying to do the same.
Right.
Like
You kind of
crux
have a
pitches at the
conversation and
same
go like,
time.
here, I'm not trying to be in any hole, but like, I'm better than you are at this. So
I
like,
usually don't approach it in
I'm
that
going to
way.
ask
Yeah.
you either let me play through, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
So do you let people play through? Like, hey, you guys are flying up this thing. Like, we'll just step over.
There's
you.
there's kind of like a unwritten courtesy of like if someone's moving way faster than you, like you let them go past you. And,
Yeah. And you just chill.
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions about just that. So one question, like, I have a lot, but I think I saw you in the videos rappel back down a couple times. So there's routes.
Mhm.
And so do you accomplish a route and then you might then leave a rope and rappel back down, gather your stuff up. And then how do you get back up it again? Is there like a rope climbing kind of
Yeah.
device?
So like the rules of the game with multi-pitch
Awesome.
or big
Thank you.
wall climbing is like you have to climb the pitch without falling.
That's
It's
called
called
send it?
sending.
Sending. Yeah.
And for something like El Cap,
Yeah.
these routes have like 30 plus pitches, which is like a rope length.
Got it.
So the way it will work is like the first person, the leader would like climb the pitch, like the rope length, and then the second
Yeah.
person comes up, and then you just kind of inchworm
Do
up
they
like
have
that.
to lead climb it as well? Or can they,
So
can
that,
they
okay,
follow and pick up along
right.
the way?
Um,
Or does it depend on like how hard it is? If you go, hey, this is
Yes.
really hard, we both have to lead climb because that's just kind of the nature of what it should be.
so
like
if
I
both
was-
people are trying to send the route, so send backtracking again.
Yep.
The rules of the game are with like multi-pitch and big wall stuff. You have to send every pitch in order up the mountain. If both people are trying to send the route, the typical ethic is like each person has to lead the crux pitches, so the hardest
Right.
pitches,
Okay.
and then you would like swap leads on the rest of the pitches. So that would be one person leads, the second person follows and cleans the gear.
Yeah, totally.
But then for the crux pitches, usually like the first person would lead it. Usually you end up like working it multiple times. So it like takes some
Because
work.
it takes more than one try to get
Right.
a lot of these. I saw
But then
that, yeah.
to like get to send it, you would lead it, placing all the gear. And if you
Got it.
fell, then you
You
would
have to start over.
lower, clean the gear, and have to like
Ugh.
do that pitch again. But you don't have to start from the ground again.
You come back to
Okay.
that little ledge you're standing on where
Yeah.
your buddies
So
at.
a lot of times with these like big wall things, like I think the El Nino video that you're talking about, there's like these natural ledges in a couple places on the wall,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
those are the
Hold up
places
though,
that
but
are
when she says a ledge, she means like 3.5 inches of rock.
right, like this
Where
this
she
like
stands
desk would be a
comfortably.
really large
This would
Be
ledge.
be a big
huge
old
ledge.
one.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah.
camp on this thing for a day and be super cozy.
You'd be psyched. Yeah.
Like this is your home. Yeah.
We live here now.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Oh,
So,
That's
but a
fun.
lot of
Okay.
times you'll like get to this natural ledge
Mhm.
and like set up camp there. And then maybe
Yeah.
there's a crux pitch right above that ledge or
Oh,
below the
right.
ledge or whatever. But you're like basing from that ledge and then working that crux pitch.
And so you might do maybe 2 or 3 crux pitches from one good kind of home-based ledge.
Right. So you would like maybe
Yeah.
leave camp set up and do a few pitches
And then rappel back down.
and then rappel, like get all your stuff and then jug the ropes
I
back
saw
up.
that, yeah.
Okay.
That looks exhausting in itself
Yeah. But it's a lot less exhausting than actually climbing the hardest pitches
with gear,
with, yeah,
which
exactly.
would be impossible on some
Right.
of those. I mean, that's insane.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because you have these bags, like whatever, 200-pound bags of your food and water
Food
and
and
stuff.
water. And you said that like that's something I hadn't thought about. Like you got to take all your water with you.
Right.
All the water.
Yeah.
Can somebody feed you from above? Like you're running low, can they rappel down some stuff to you? Is that allowed? Or do you have to, to say you did, say El Cap like you did, you have to
Right.
take all your stuff, you and your
The most
partner?
like pure ascent would be to start from the ground with all your stuff.
Yeah.
Bring it up with you. But yeah, a lot of times it takes longer than you think it's going to take, and you like need a resupply.
You calling a
and someone
buddy.
drop, yeah.
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 Get a little top drop from above.
Yeah.
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 Just
And
a
that's
little
allowed,
pick me
though.
up sometimes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's all like the rules are all arbitrary, and really
100%.
the thing is just like at the end of the day, like being honest about the way that you did it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I was
Is-
watching you too. Like when there was, what do you call it's just a bolt. So there's bolts,
Uh-huh.
there's bolts, cams, and there's pitons. Now I've read a couple of Yvon Chouinard's books,
Yeah.
so I only know these words because of
Yeah,
reading
totally.
Yvon Chouinard's
So
stuff.
yeah, pitons are used more often for like aid climbing. So you're like pounding it into the rock as you go
and it's
up.
staying there.
It can stay there. It can be
Jams in.
you
It's kind
can
of
remove
got teeth and it's a wedge, and you
Mhm.
just jam it into a.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then bolts are like a permanent fixture. Like
And that's
that
where somebody
stays.
hammers a bolt, like with a hammer. Tung, 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 tung.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
How often are we putting bolts and stuff these days, or are a lot of these routes already kind of bolted and you don't have to?
Both. So
Yeah.
like established routes already have bolts in them.
Mhm.
They've been established and developed and cleaned, and someone's climbed them already.
Yeah.
But there's still like development going on all over the world, like on different cliffs,
Right.
and people are putting those bolts in.
How do you decide when a bolt goes into a mountain or not? Like, I feel like that would be something where, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
So if there is,
is there somebody approved to put a bolt in or not? Or is it just
it
like,
depends on like land management is part of it.
Yeah.
So like in a national park,
We're on
like
national parks
Yosemite,
and public land here. Yeah.
you're technically not allowed to use any power tools. So those are all like
Okay.
hand drilled, like pounded in.
Yeah.
Versus some like random cliff in the middle of Nevada, you can just like,
Nobody
drill
cares
it
about
into it.
Nevada.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about poor Nevada.
The ethic is like if there is a way to have natural removable protection, because ideally
Mhm.
we're like leave no trace, like we're
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
you want to have as little impact as you can on the mountain. So if there's like a crack or a way to protect it naturally, you're using those cams that are removable protection. So the first person who climbs up, they would put the cam in, the second person climbs up and takes it out, and no one knows you were there.
Nobody. Yeah.
And that kind of just slides in,
Yeah,
levers in there a bit somehow.
It's like
We should have had you bring show and tell.
I should have this camming device. There's like 4 different lobes, and you squeeze a trigger, and it gets smaller. You put
Okay.
it in the crack, and then it like if you were to fall on it, it would flare and catch.
Yep.
In theory.
Dude, I've seen some
They
stuff
work.
catch people, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
But it's like so awesome to know that stuff works good.
Yeah, yeah. So if there's a way to protect it, that you can remove,
Right.
that's the ethic. If it's like a blank face and you're just using like the features on the face versus a crack,
Yeah.
that's when a bolt goes
You have
in.
to put a bolt in.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely crazy to see. Now there was already some hardware on some of those,
Mhm.
but that was just something you guys had left there in the video. Otherwise, it's just a a bolt with a eyelid in it, right?
Right.
You don't use. There's not like a carabiner up there already that somebody else
Yeah.
left
So
with your like you're always yours, right?
yeah. So you're like probably I think what you're talking about is like one of those crux pitches that we were working on. One of us had already gone up it and like put quick draws on the bolts.
Got it. Yeah,
So you're like allowed to leave the quick
you can
draws
leave the quick
as you
draw
repeat
and clip
that.
in,
And
dude.
then,
But
but
it
once you're
looks
done with that pitch,
so
then you would clean it.
like taking the rope, putting it in your mouth, reaching it out over when you're like shaking to clip it into that carabiner, like that looks like one of the harder feats of the whole thing because like that rope has like it feels like pressure, like you have to pull it through all those,
The
you know
rope
what I mean?
weight. Yeah.
Yeah, the rope weight looks like that's a thing too. Like
So that's like something you're thinking about as you're going up a pitch is um if you're like diagonally back and forth, you're trying to like
just
extend
binding that
these
rope.
pieces of gear with a
Okay.
sling or something so that the rope line ends up being straighter versus like zigzagging a
Zigzag.
bunch.
Yeah. Dang.
So like where like training. So you're just you can go climb kind of anywhere, right?
Mhm.
And then is there more of like a structured competition type level
Yeah.
of things?
Yes, definitely.
That's like not indoors because I think you see those, right? Where they're like but
So I would say competition climbing and outdoor climbing are like fairly divergent at this point.
okay.
Comp climbing is like very intense. Like, I mean, there's a whole World Cup series. It's in the Olympics.
There's
It's
Olympics
like,
now. Have
yeah.
you thought
Okay.
about that?
No, okay. So I am like well past the like age and athletic prime to get into competition climbing.
Okay. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 33.
Okay.
That's the thing. Kind of like gymnastics. Like
Yeah.
you start when you're like 6 and you're like on this track of like competition climbing.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, competition climbers can transition really well into outdoor climbing, and people who like me who like primarily outdoor climb would have a really hard time transitioning into competition climbing.
Yeah.
It's like a different style of movement. It's just it's
You're
like
running up
And
the wall.
they're working at being as fast as possible, I'm assuming, or whatever it does to score points or however that looks.
Yeah,
but
there's speed climbing is like one discipline of it, and then bouldering is like a pure difficulty, just like short
Yeah.
little like really, really hard problems. And then lead climbing is where you're like taking the rope up the wall with you.
Yeah.
yeah.
So those are like the different disciplines of competition climbing.
What makes it so that you feel like you couldn't go into that? I mean, outside of age, it's just a different style altogether.
It's a totally different tier of like strength and coordination. And like if I had done that from the time I was 6 instead of like growing up in gymnastics or
Right.
whatever, like
Yeah.
that would have been
Yeah.
But like for me to go into that now, it's like I don't have the like adaptation ability at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
We're kind of stuck in our ways.
That's like
yeah.
like I'm learning this like kind of in the ultra world. Like the Cocodona just happened, the 250.
Yeah.
And like I've been listening to Rachel and Killian a bunch and like learning from them. And it's like, oh, so it is a big difference what they're doing. And they're at the top of the world. But like Western States, 100 miles and like Leadville, those guys are running in 14 hours or something. It's like a complete different world.
Yeah.
Like it's an ultra race,
Mhm.
but they're track meet,
Yeah.
and these guys are out grinding and just living a different life. And it's crazy, but they're both on top of the world, but it's like, I can't go compete over there.
Yep.
It's just different.
Mhm.
But in my mind, as an outsider, it's like, what? You're
It's just running.
running
Yeah.
a whole bunch of miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I thought about that, like watching her video. I forget who the comedian was. He was talking about how in the Olympics with runners, we should have like just a regular person
Yeah.
in lane 10. So we could just
See how many times they get laughed.
Yeah, exactly. Because we
exactly.
get kind of numb to just how good people are at
Yeah.
what they do. And I would think the same with like, for me, I was like, it should be the same with yours. Like a
Yeah.
normal person like me at the bottom going, let's see if you can get 8 feet,
Right.
just 8 feet off the ground,
Yeah.
and the answer is probably for sure no.
Yeah. Like at the rec center, like I grabbed like 3 of these up here this time.
Oh, yeah. Like they have to straight up look like a handle for me to climb with the
Those
kids.
are called ladders.
Ladders, yeah.
So-
I use the things you all use to get down to climb up, and it still works for me.
Yeah, I'm curious. A couple questions, just kind of like where it started, right? Like how long you've been doing it, because One image I have, these guys are a lot older than me, and we talked about it, but our cousin Jake and Joe, like when they were in high school, in the garage, like put some handholds, and they spent like 6 months to a year, like really going into it, and it was fun. And they were like jumping around, and that died, I think, as they went off to college or whatever. But
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm just like, where's the training at? What's that look like? Are you just holding in your garage for hours at a time? Like,
In the
where's that
van. She
grind
doesn't have a
process? Yeah.
garage. She
Just
has
grinding.
home on
Yeah.
wheels. Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually grew up doing gymnastics.
Where'd you train at?
Premier Gymnastics.
Yeah, that's where Courtney
Yeah,
went. That's
with
where my
Rich.
daughter went too,
Yeah.
with Rich.
Yep.
I was wondering, I was trying to do the math, like how old is Rich? Would he have been like a young man when you first started there?
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I mean, like, whatever, 15, 20 years ago,
Right.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's and I want to hear your side of it, but what I've seen with my daughter and coming out of gymnastics, I've told every dad that has because is Avery in gymnastics?
Yep.
Yeah. Like I've told every dad that has a daughter. I don't know why I don't say it about sons. But I'm like, it changed everything about how she approaches her
Mhm.
sports life.
Mhm.
She can take feedback. She can
Mhm.
grind. She
Mhm.
can fail and try and
Mhm.
fail and try and fail and try.
Yeah.
Learn the body.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And she's like, when I walked in and she had a weight vest on, legs in a pike, doing a rope
Climbing
climb,
the rope. Yeah, yeah.
it was sick. And then there was one year when, I think it was no, it wasn't COVID. Maybe there was a year where the girls just had a little break in gymnastics. And
Uh-huh.
I told Rich, I was like, hey, I'm pulling my daughter. We're going to go rock climbing for a month because she needs to do something different.
Yeah.
And kind of all of the girls in her class did. And they would come into the rock climbing gym and just like dominate.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Uh-huh.
it was so
You used to
cool.
pull ups up the wall. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was just it. They're like, you can use your legs, girls,
Yeah.
like feel free, But yeah, I interrupted, but I just love it. It's cool. I mean,
Mhm.
we're all in the same community, so it's neat to see
Mhm.
that effect on you because I've seen it so greatly in our daughter. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Shout out to
where'd you
Rich.
come from?
Yeah, so I grew up doing gymnastics and then actually fractured my back near the end of high school, like junior year of high school. So that was the end of gymnastics for me. Um, I've always been like very active, like I needed a highly physical outlet for my energy. So I went to college in like Central Texas, Baylor University.
Baylor. Mhm.
Yep. And they had a little rock wall on campus. So I was like immediately went to the rock wall and yeah, I was like, oh, I want to do that one. I like did pull ups up the wall and they're like, you should like work for the rock wall. And
You had a job for day one.
yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
What were you going to be when you went to school? What was?
I went for physical therapy
Yeah.
originally. Yeah. So did like exercise science
Yeah.
but yeah, got like very recreationally into climbing at that point. But still very much thought I was gonna have like your traditional life of like go to college and grad school and live in a house and all those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I never imagined climbing could be a like full-time
Yeah.
lifestyle and career and everything. Yeah. So yeah, I guess now training for me looks like, I mean, I'm in the van. I've lived in the van for like 9 years.
'Kay.
And I'm traveling to these climbing destinations, mostly in like Western US and Canada.
Kind of up and down the Rocky Mountain Range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like Colorado and West is my primary zone, I would say. And yeah, so I'll travel these places and I'm usually going there like with an objective in mind. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to um, Las Vegas to climb this route on Rainbow Wall and Red Rocks. And like, that's my project for these next 2 months. And like, that's what
Okay.
I'm going to kind of like
Yeah.
dig in and work on.
So you spend like 2 months on one specific.
If it's like hard for me, yeah, I'll spend
Yeah.
like a long time. And then it like
Is there like
varies a
prep
lot.
into that? Like getting in the area, climbing around,
Totally. Yeah. Like
seeing
getting
it, just,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. Like getting
fully immersing
used to
into
because there's all different rock types, so like sandstone and limestone and granite, and like it takes some time to like transition between those different styles.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's just nice to like
Sweet.
have
Yeah.
time in a different area. Plus I don't want to be like driving the van around all the time, so it's nice to like go
Yeah.
somewhere and be there for a couple months and like
That's the
Right.
whole point, right? Is you can park this and like this is home
yeah,
for
and you
now.
get to like
Yeah.
be with the people that
I
are
was going to
there.
ask, do you call people and go, hey, who wants to meet at Redstone or Red Rocks or whatever? It's
Yeah,
called?
so usually I'll either like pick an objective that I want to do and I'll like find a partner who wants to climb that with me,
Mhm.
or I'll be like, this is the person I want to climb with. let's align on like what
Yeah.
do you want to
Yeah.
do? Like let's align on it.
So you get to call your shots a little bit now that you're kind of good enough in that community where you go, "Hey, would you like to climb?" And a lot of times
Yeah,
the
so
guy or
I'd
the
say
gal will
some
say,
of
"Yeah,
both.
I
A
would
lot
love
of
to."
time, like there's still people who like I very much look up to and are mentors to me. And if they're the ones that say, "Hey, this is like I want to do this objective," then I'm kind of like, "Yeah, like oh, whatever, I'll climb anything
I'll
you
be
want."
anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Tell me
yep.
where. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Who's on that list for you? We won't know the names, but like who are a couple people that you go, "I would love to climb with this girl or this guy," or whatever?
Yeah. Josh Wharton is like a very, let's say, like kind of a mentor to me. He actually lives up in Estes Park with his
Yeah.
family. Um, but yeah, anytime he's suggests a route or an objective, I'm kind of like, yep, like I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like an interesting thing about living in a van and kind of having that nomadic lifestyle is it seems almost like very ungrounded. Um, or like adrift, I guess. But so many people in the climbing community do it that you
yeah.
end up having this like almost like traveling community where a lot of the people are going to the same place at the same time of year because you're all kind of following this like circuit of the weather and
That
Yeah.
sounds
everything.
like an
Yeah.
absolute blast to
Yeah.
me. Like you don't know who you're gonna run into.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure like you share some meals, like, "Hey, I'll cook tonight." That
Mhm.
kind of thing would be
Yeah,
absolutely fun.
totally. Mhm.
And I would tell you, like, I just read a book, and
Did you read or listen?
I read. Actually, okay, so this book was difficult for me to read. It was really hard.
Okay.
Um,
I worked. All right.
and so there were literally, I'm not lying to you guys, I promise you, I listened and read along
Okay.
because I was struggling with getting through. Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
I like that.
And it's called Against the Machine, and he talks about just we are become unrooted living the lifestyle we live, and
Mhm.
how actually
Mhm.
what you do and how you live is more of a way to root and to
Mm.
become more actually grounded.
Mm.
Because just because we don't leave this little square that we live in here doesn't mean that we're rooted in it or that we're grounded in it, right?
Right.
Because if you're just in there watching, say, Netflix and flipping through Instagram, that's really, really, really not
Mhm.
rooted at all, right?
Right.
And so it was interesting because he talked a lot about actually like when you're not connected to the land and the land doesn't,
Mhm.
because for you the land has a lot to do with how you might live and how you're going to show up, and you're paying attention to the weather because it matters, right?
Totally. Yeah,
And so
Yeah.
I know that you weren't, I mean,
There's
making a
intentionality
statement
to
there,
everywhere
but
you go.
I
for
would say
sure.
what you
And
do
it's
is
like,
probably a lot more grounded than how we live.
yeah,
100%.
I think a thing I appreciate about climbing is like you get to go to these incredible places, but you're not just an observer. You're like literally hands on in these places. Like,
Totally. Yes.
you're like fully immersed in like the textures of these places.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you move slow through it when you're rock climbing. So I'm
Mhm.
sure you see a lot more things that you wouldn't see normally when you're like running or if we're
Mhm.
hiking or especially hunting. Something I've really noticed with hunting is like you can lose sight of what is out there and what
Mm.
the cool stuff. You should stop and just look around a little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hunting you can definitely get into like a 25-meter view, right? Where it's just and you're
Right.
focused and you're intent and you're in it, but it's like I'm worried about this meadow and only this meadow. And it's
Right.
like, but I
Which
am
is
sitting on
cool,
top of
like
this hill,
you
which
get
I can
to
see
know
everything.
that so well, like
Yeah.
that granular level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Running, I always say like running is the best because it's like I get to go to these places. Like I get to,
Mhm.
but it's the same thing. Sometimes you're just looking down and not enjoying. Which
One foot after the
I'm
other.
sure, there's times in climbing where you're like, I'm not looking.
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
only
All I
where's my whole
care is
body
like
shape? Yeah.
how this
Yeah.
like 2 millimeter grain of rock feels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 It's just so sweet.
Uh-huh.
Yep. There's something we said a couple times in the last puck. You a little chilly, Tyrell?
No, I envision these big cliffs.
It's
and
scary as
they
shit.
like it's so intense. It's so
Oh
intense.
yeah.
Because like we see them.
Mhm.
I've never climbed on anything, but it's like I could just imagine,
Have you ever gone to like a climbing gym?
never with like help. Only
Okay.
like a couple times
Yeah.
throughout life, and like,
Yeah.
Okay.
but
I
I've
had-
never been like roped up.
Strapped,
And
yeah.
Two of my
yeah.
roommates in college were really good climbers, and so
Okay.
they would take me out on
Yeah.
occasion. We would climb up at Horsetooth Reservoir.
Uh-huh.
There's I don't know what face it is. It's on the east side of the reservoir. Kind of
Okay.
there's a lead. You can lead climb, so you would climb
Yeah.
to the top and rappel down, and then
Okay.
just run those routes.
Uh-huh.
And I absolutely loved it when I
Yeah.
got to know those routes. And I was never good, but for me, I was good.
Yeah.
Right. And getting to
Big
where
boy getting
like
up
the
there.
route that I started on, not getting it, failing, and then after like the end of the summer,
Yeah.
I could just send it
Mhm.
completely, send it, and just felt so proud of myself,
Yeah.
right? As a now it was like hilarious as they're both small and I was like 275 to 290 at the time, and
Yeah.
I still am, but if I would fall from up high,
Uh-huh.
and there was a couple times I'd literally meet them in the middle of the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they're
yeah.
just like, "Zzz," and I'm
Yep.
like, all right, I'll climb up, let you back down, or you can rappel yourself
Right.
down, and and so it was fun. But I climbed one, Garden of the Gods,
Uh-huh.
where it was the simplest climb, but
Yeah.
it was really long. It was 2 ropes worth of a climb, but you just kind of were just on this spire,
Okay.
and it had enough of an angle that it was easy. My buddy's like, I think you can do this pretty easy.
Yeah.
But dude, when you're looking off to the side and where he's at, because he led it and I was cleaning up,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, if I fall off to the side, like the swing
Right.
across this thing was scared the hell out of me. I was
Yeah.
like, this will be really scary.
Well, it's like a pretty natural, like, human survival response to be like, "Oh, I'm
Don't
not
climb.
supposed to be up here."
Yeah.
Yeah. Like internally, like your stomach
Yeah.
feels different.
Totally.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I'm like, bring the kids to a climbing gym. It's like,
Yeah.
it's so good for them. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a natural thing for kids to climb.
I know.
Yes.
And they would love it.
Yeah.
Need some help. I mean, yeah, when we're at the rec center, like the pool and stuff, they
Uh-huh.
always want to like climb around on the walls and stuff. So,
Yeah.
Gavin, we got a nephew who's into it at a gym.
Yeah,
right
Gavin's
now,
gotten
too.
crazy into it. And it's funny because you know, the genetics are kind of big barrel chesty. And luckily he got his mom is a skinny Italian lady.
Uh-huh.
And so he got sort of that thinner, smaller rib cage, but my brother's hands, and he's got like
Yeah.
a normal size, maybe body, more built
He's
like
got like
Tyrel.
Adam's ability to like look at muscle though.
Yes.
Like he's got a back already at
Oh, yeah.
17.
And but those
Right.
He had
monster
one at
hands, and I'm like, dude, if
6.
you don't put on too much weight, like
Uh-huh.
you'll be really good and you can
Yeah.
have a lot of fun with this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a
It's cool because it's a sport, like, it is an outdoor, whatever, like, adrenaline adjacent sport that you can pursue at the highest level and be incredibly safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas, like,
Yeah.
whitewater rafting or skiing or mountain biking or any of
Kayaking,
these are
yeah.
like, it is very dangerous to be at the top of the game. Whereas
Yeah, you're
climbing,
right.
like, you can be doing the hardest things in the world and it's incredibly safe if you're like following the rules, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, I never thought about that because those mountain bikers, like,
Yeah, you're right. Like
You're
dude,
getting
when you're
wrecked.
watching that shit and they're like going down the,
freaking hitting the
it's
trees and
and
stuff.
they're awesome, but it's
Uh-huh.
like you're just waiting because like, where are you gonna
Yeah.
go? You're going down the mountain.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
you're
And
jumping 80 feet
like some of those Red
above the
Bull,
mountain
Uh-huh.
with like cliffs around you.
I
Like,
Yeah.
know.
They're skiing, snowboarding, like,
yeah.
it's really dangerous.
So it's like
Anything
if
in a
you're really
river,
falling,
like
Mhm.
rivers are just the scariest. Like
Mhm.
water scares. I mean, if you've ever I almost drowned once on a fishing float. We were floating trip, and we flipped the boat, and I got pushed underneath
Mhm.
a hard sweep. And man, like a river will take you, and it doesn't take anything for a river to say you're done.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
you're right. It's funny because I look at yours and I go, that's got to be the most dangerous thing out there. But it's probably if you took what we do in the West, like Western sports in the
Uh-huh.
mountains, you're right. It's probably one of the safest actually at the end of the day.
Yeah.
if you're
If you're not an
properly-
idiot.
Mhm.
doesn't make the stomachache go away though.
No.
So
And it probably scales pretty well, right? I mean, some walls where you could take me and you could go out, and I obviously will struggle, but we could both struggle sort of the same
Yeah.
on a similar.
So that's another
roughly similar
cool
face.
thing about climbing is like you can go to a crag, like a cliff with a whole bunch of routes established on it, and you can have like the Alex Honnold down to like your most recreational
Brian,
beginner
we'll just say
because
Brian.
because
A
you
big,
have
fat.
most cliffs will have a whole range of difficulties
Mhm.
of climb. So you have like
sweet.
your elite professional climber next to like your most recreational, and like those people are interacting. Whereas something like basketball, you never have like Michael Jordan on the same court as like the rec league.
Yeah.
So like it's cool because
Yeah.
you have so much more
Yeah.
of this like interaction.
Dude, the vibe I've totally always loved, like, because I used to take the kids quite a bit to, it was Wooden Mountain at the time, and now it's changed. And so my good buddy Evan used to own it, and
Okay.
but we did his
Yeah.
floor, so he's
Uh-huh.
like, all right, you guys get a membership. And
Yeah.
I really loved having the kids in there,
Mhm.
not for the climbing. I mean, yes, for the climbing, but also for like, I would watch these people, adults to children, sitting around on the edge waiting,
Mhm.
and the community and the vibe that's in there is so freaking cool.
Mhm.
Like it is 100% supportive.
Mhm.
There is nobody beating anybody else up.
Yeah.
Everybody's cheering everybody on.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want my kids in this environment more because it's just sick.
It's
in that
really
way.
cool. Yeah.
It's unlike any other sport where in basketball, you're
Uh-huh.
not competing against anybody. I mean, I came from
Right.
that individual sport where we did the same thing. Like, you kinda like, there's a tape measure we're competing against. It's
Uh-huh.
not each other. I'm not putting my hands on you in a way. Like,
Right.
just me and you.
Uh,
Let's see who can chuck a heavy thing the farthest.
uh-huh.
But rock climbing is probably one of the coolest communities I've been in where
Mhm.
I've been adjacent to it, I guess. I wasn't
Mhm.
in it, and just going like, "This is cool. I want my kids here." Right?
Mhm.
Like, it just felt immersive and supportive and nothing but, like, full send for everybody. Go.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, it's
super
cool.
cool. Okay, so in the fishing world and in sort of in the hunting world,
Yeah.
we've used it more lately because 'cause I've been fishing a ton, and so I feel bad on the podcast. I've apologized a couple times because 'cause I'm like, "Dude, I'm so into," like, it's just that season, and I'm loving it, but okay, there's a progression we've named in the fishing world a lot where it's kind of like when you first get into it, you wanna catch as many fish as possible, and then you sort of transition to, "I wanna catch, let's say, the biggest fish I can catch,"
Mhm.
and then the life cycle of, "Alright, I wanna catch a fish on the fly I wanna use," right?
Right.
And then I've added a thing lately where I just like, I'm not even out there to catch a fish, I'm just out there for this moment. There's this
Right.
moment where I throw a dry fly and that fish rises. The moment I don't have to catch the fish, he doesn't have to eat,
Uh-huh.
it's done, right? Like I've got to see the thing I wanted to see when out there. In the rock climbing world, is there a similar version of that for you guys? Like what would that progression be in the rock climbing world for you?
Yeah, I'd say there's so many different ways to pursue the sport. It's probably a little different for everyone. Um, like some people go all in on like a single route that they're trying like projecting for years and like you're trying it in the right season and then you're training for it and then you're trying it again and like some
So you might
people
replicate a portion of that route even in an indoor gym?
yeah, or like if there's specific like finger strength or whatever it is
Yep.
for that route. Some people will pursue it in that way of like one singular thing that means a lot to them. Um, some people just wanna go climb a lot of routes and, like, at a
Like every
lower
route.
yeah, like a lower
They're counting.
grade,
Yeah.
but, just do a lot of it. Yeah, I'd say maybe I've had somewhat of a similar progression, and I'd say it changes a lot throughout the year for me. Um, but there's times where I'm like, "Yeah, I just wanna go out and climb, like, as many different routes as I can, and they're
Yeah.
gonna be at a lower grade, like, a lower
Yeah.
difficulty, but I'm gonna do a lot of them."
Yeah.
And other times of the year, I'm very singularly focused on, like, one particular route that is at the highest like, my highest ability, and,
Sure.
like,
Yep.
I'm gonna, like, really dig in and learn, like, every little nuance of, like, how to move and interact with this route, where I don't have the margin to, like, make mistakes or have bad conditions or whatever. It's like, I have to, like, align everything perfectly to do this. And other times of the year, I'm like, I'm spending a bunch of time in the gym just, like, training.
What's that look like?
All pieces, just all around training.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
What's the gym look like for you?
I a lot of what I'm doing in the gym is targeting, like, what I would identify as my weaknesses in climbing. So for me,
Okay.
that's, like, actual just, like, pure finger strength is something,
Yeah.
um, like, some people are just have, like, whatever, it's genetics or whatever it is, or, like, just, like, have better ability with that.
Yeah.
But for me, that feels like a weak link.
Your
Um,
fingers look like they're the freaking strongest fingers. Like
I
they
looks
like
are deceiving. They look really
they do. They're literally as your
they're kinda
fingers are as
gnarly.
big as mine.
I love it though. I
They
like
are.
just like
It's
They're the
badass. Like, I
tools of the
love
trade for
it is a
sure.
tool of
yeah.
the trade,
Yeah,
right? And it's like,
You d
and your hands will change, like, this hand is bigger
for
than this
sure.
hand from throwing a lot,
Mhm,
and it's weird if I put them up next to each I can't, so I'm holding my mic, but, like, my
mhm.
right hand is, like, like 3/16 longer than my left.
Yeah,
And that I mean, and
adaptation.
just the adaptation of your
Mhm,
knuckle joints have gotten thick and strong and
uh-huh,
just yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I'll train that. I'll train, like, um, I'd say, like, steep like, being on a steep wall and doing, like, powerful, dynamic, like, throwing and latching something is, like,
okay.
something I'm not inherently good at, whereas I something that comes more naturally to me is just, like, long, like, endurance, like, doing a lot of work throughout a day,
Mm,
like
Yeah.
being on
yeah.
LCAP or whatever.
So it's that one explosive movement where you go, "This is a weakness. I'm
Mhm.
gonna spend my winter or whatever the next year
Yeah.
addressing it."
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
It's a absolute blast. I mean, I love the idea of kinda going, "This is my craft, I'm gonna do it."
Uh-huh.
How does that work for you? I mean, right now it's your career,
Yeah.
right? So through Arc'teryx
Mhm.
and camp,
Yeah.
people that named camping, in Italy 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, but now you also dabble. You don't dabble. You're very much into the nutrition portion of what you
Mhm.
do, which is key, right? As an athlete, there's like kind of those sectors you can live in where it's like, okay, for me, when I was an athlete, it was like, okay, strength, mobility,
Mhm.
nutrition, just keeping healthy,
Yeah.
which is the hardest part, especially as you're coming into, say, 32, you said?
33. Yeah.
33, like,
I'm getting up there.
that's the bigger challenge that people don't really get when
Yeah.
you're trying to extend a career as an athlete going, like, it's just about not getting hurt
Right.
or how fast can I heal,
Uh-huh.
right? Which nutrition plays a huge role in,
Yeah.
right? But talk to us about the nutrition side because I think that's super cool. Where'd that start for you?
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, like I said, I went to school originally for physical therapy and then um was out of school for a little while and climbing and then went back to grad school for sports nutrition.
mhm.
Okay.
And then got my registered dietitian license. And so yeah, I just do like part-time nutrition
Like
counseling.
counseling for
Mhm.
people.
Yeah,
So
like just like
counseling,
remote video
like you
call.
write diets for them, or they go, "Hey, I'm struggling with I'm a little heavy, or maybe
Yeah.
I'm a little light,"
Yeah.
right?
But
Because I mean, I think
yeah,
there's people that
I do a lot less of like writing out a meal plan of like,
mhm,
here's your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
yeah,
Most people that I end up working with for nutrition are climbers or athletes of some sort.
yeah,
And um, yeah, the nutrition and climbing combo is super interesting. Like it's a weight sensitive sport. Like you're fighting
yeah,
gravity the entire time you're up there. So
100%.
there's this mindset of like the lightest weight is the best weight for me. And
right.
that like often works for a while until it doesn't. And
Yeah,
then
Yeah.
you see like injuries and like all these things come up.
just nutritional lack of nutrient
Mhm.
injuries that come out of that. Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of like chronic low level under fueling, or it's oftentimes not really even intentional, but it's kind of just this like background mindset of like how little can I get away with? Like how light can I be?
yeah,
So it's kind of just this like, yeah, I'd say chronic low grade under fueling a lot of times. And so a lot of people are coming to me like, hey, I'm getting more injuries than I used to. I'm not sleeping well. I'm like not making the training adaptations that I'm expecting for how much work I'm putting in. I know I'm probably not fueling right, but I don't know how to manage this in a weight sensitive sport.
what's the answer to that then?
Yeah.
That sounds really difficult, right? Like,
Yeah. Um, a lot of times I'm trying to frame it as like, okay, you're probably going to be weight stable within this like calorie range. We
yeah,
want to figure out, it's going to be some trial and error, but we want to figure out the maximum that you can get away with without gaining excess weight instead of right now you're like down here at the minimum and you're like
right,
kind of getting through workouts and you're okay, but you're getting these tweaky injuries. So we're gonna
right,
like kind of experiment with how high we can bring that like
yeah,
nutritional intake up to. And then a lot of it is looking at like, okay, if we hold you or if you're holding at your lowest possible weight the entire year, this stops being a performance benefit.
yeah, totally. So do
Like
people cut then for a big climb where they'll
yeah,
gain
so it's kind of
gain some
it's
weight, train
changing
their
the
ass off?
mindset of like, okay, we're gonna hold you at a slightly higher weight,
104 pounds for
right, for 10 months of the year,
yeah,
and then now you have somewhere to go. Like now you can use
Yeah.
this slight weight cut as a performance benefit 2 months of the year,
yeah.
but if you hold that the entire year, it stops being a performance
You're gonna
benefit.
get injured, your body, you're not
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
cool. Do you find yourself with the diet side being sort of more like kind of natural fruits and veggies based, or what how does that look in your world from a nutritional perspective of red meats, you know,
Yeah,
no
some of
meats?
both. I'm mostly, a big proponent of, like, wide variety, not cutting out any singular food group,
Mhm.
letting people eat the foods that they wanna eat, like, not saying you need to be vegan or keto or whatever it is. It's
Yeah,
like, eat the foods that you wanna eat, and then looking at the context of, like, if you're up on a wall for 5, 6, 7 days,
yeah,
like, we're just trying to get calories in. I don't
yeah.
need you to eat your vegetables at that
Yeah,
point,
You
yeah,
like
just
yeah.
yeah, you just need to fuel, any
yeah.
fuel,
Calories,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of it is context based.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's fun.
yeah. We had a who was it that was on the podcast? They were talking about just, um it was he was in the military, he was talking about adaptability, is that the right word? Being adaptable to just any calorie. He was like, the benefit of a guy or a gal that can just
Mhm.
basically eat out of a dumpster
Mm,
and be okay, right?
right.
Where they just can go like, if they don't have the perfect nutrition, this and I feel horrible. I can't. He said there's a lot to be said for somebody that can just go eat in any country in the world, whatever
Right.
trash, and their body goes, cool, I got it. I can fuel with that, and we're gonna
Yeah.
go get it done. Right.
Yeah.
So there's probably a little bit of that too, I would think, to where like you gotta be a little bit flexible or else, yes, 8 days on a mountainside,
For
a
sure.
cliffside,
Uh-huh.
your body's not gonna respond well if you're yeah. What do you
Yeah.
guys
But
eat?
the build up to that, right? Like
Yeah.
the nutrition building into that. And then in the moment of, those 8 days, it's like, we just need calories.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, simple sugars or whatever. But
Mhm.
that build up the weight is fun.
I think that's a cool approach, like and a lot of sports do that, right? Where you'll train heavier and then you'll
Mhm.
drop into like, okay, this is my ideal. I know Tyrel does that with the ultra stuff, right? You guys
Well, I'm like in a weird spot where I lost weight like a little over a year ago now.
mhm.
I went through some sickness and lost like 25 pounds really fast. And so I was all scared and like figuring out, and then like been climbing back into that. But I've also now living like 8 months of the fastest I've ever been.
Yeah.
And so
Because you were
now
so
I'm
light.
kind of like, what's like, now it's but also I'm taking it maybe a little bit too far in like the strength. And then, like a month ago, felt it in some climbing. But,
Yeah.
like road racing, it's funny because I'm trying to be as fast as I've ever been.
Yeah.
This next Monday, I'm going to try to run a race as fast as I've
Okay.
ever done. And so,
Cool.
but after that, it's like, I need to get back. I think I need to put some more weight on. I don't know.
Right.
Get
And you're
stronger,
naturally, like,
get in
you
the
naturally get
legs.
really
That's I
skinny.
think the problem or the thing that climbers run into a lot is like, yeah, you lose weight and you like send harder and you lose weight and you send harder. And
Yeah.
that works for a while until you hit this cliff.
Yeah.
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 The
But then
mental
it's-
side would be really hard.
But then it's
to go.
so easy to be in this like it stopped working. I need to like try harder and lose more weight and try harder and lose more weight.
Yeah.
You just get in this cycle of like, hold on, we actually just need to like rebuild and reset and like then you can
Yeah.
do this again. Yeah.
Yeah, because I hit a wall this other race where it was more climbing, and it was like I was climbing faster than I had before, and I was like, but I couldn't sustain it.
Yeah.
It hit me in 6 hours when I was supposed to go 12, and
Right.
And you had to shut it down.
yeah,
But I think that's the sick thing
Yeah.
about like, for you, Tyrell, it's hard to get reps. We've talked about that with like hunting big game too. It's hard to get reps in some of these things where, running a 12-hour race, you can't just do that every weekend and kind of dial in nutrition
Uh-huh.
and you know what I mean? It takes years to find.
The
you're trying to
nutrition for
do
ultras
nutrition.
is super interesting to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah.
And we're trying to be a little bit better
Mhm.
at it because I think some of the success that as our close group has seen, obviously you could always be better and put more miles in and, work harder there. But like the biggest improvement we've seen, and especially the 100 miles, is nutrition.
Okay.
Fuel.
It's like, yep.
Of
How
like
you-
being able to get
In the
the
moment,
products of like getting more carbohydrate in. What?
mostly for us, it's like just like if you have a plan, sticking to the fucking plan.
Okay.
So if we're trying, say it's like 200 calories per hour, and 500 milliliters of liquid per se,
Yeah.
and we need 80 to 100 of that to be carbs, and that's just the plan. That's like a simple or whatever. The biggest thing is like 10 hours to 20 hours in, like sticking to that. And being
Yeah.
like, it's the hour, I need to eat this.
So
or
do you find
I
yourself
need to
not
do
wanting
gel.
to eat it?
100%. Yeah.
You're just like,
And
I
then
can't
then your ego or whatever, and you're like, I'm good. I don't need to
Fine.
drink right
Yeah.
now. I'm feeling good. It's it's cooler tonight or whatever. And so what we've learned is like if you can just like my 100 that I did gels, and this wasn't the whole diet, but I had 23 gels planned.
Okay.
And I did 21 of them. And it was like, that was huge for us because
Yeah.
usually we go home with all these gels and all this shit.
Right.
And it was like, I made it a point. It was like, I'm going to eat this when I need to, whether
Uh-huh.
and I wasn't fast in that one or anything, but just
You finished.
that one, we had some positivity. There was running at the end. There wasn't walls. There
Yeah.
was, and that big part of just fueling throughout. I don't know.
Mhm.
We're trying to learn more, but that's the biggest thing for us is like, if you have a plan and like, this is what I'm going to do, sticking to it.
Right. Yeah, because you make that plan at a time when you're like thinking rationally.
100%. Yeah.
And then you get in and it's easy to like, nah, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't have
Fuck
to
the
do that.
plan.
Right, exactly.
But it's dumb, but
Yeah.
you find yourself in there because
Mhm.
you're just like, it's hard to eat.
because
It's hard to
everything else
move
is
right
gone.
now. It's
Your
hard
whole
to.
brain is just turned
Totally.
down
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing I talk about with climbers also, because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I'm, like, out all day, I'm super active, I, like, forget to eat or whatever, but then I feel terrible the next day, I can't
yeah,
do 2 days in a
Yeah,
row, like, it takes me multiple days to recover." I'm like, "Set a timer on your phone."
yeah,
Like, I don't care if you're hungry,
yeah.
you're burning calories, like, set a timer, eat food, drink water, like, see how you feel the next day, and if that's a positive
Right.
feedback loop, great, we're gonna keep doing that.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And with where you're at in the sport and some of those people, like, it's such a finely tuned machine. I am sure you notice just the
Mm.
littlest of change where you're out there and you go like, "I don't quite have it today."
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, for sure.
right. And what do you latch onto when you say it's probably a combination of nutrition and sleep and just nervous system from the day before?
Mhm,
Like, 'cause if you fry I know for me, like, if I would fry my nervous system, I really noticed
mhm.
my ability just to, like nothing was quite firing. It was, like, all a quarter second late or
Yeah.
just not at all.
Yeah.
Right, or for me, my left side and my right side just wouldn't connect,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure you have to kinda really pay attention to, okay, what was it? What was the lever that I didn't pull hard
Mm,
enough or whatever the day before?
mhm. Or pulled too hard and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
but then you're on an 8-day climb on El Cap, and it doesn't matter anymore. So how does that mental like, that's a mental side where you go, okay, you might dial everything in, everything's dialed good, you got
Mhm,
great control, right?
mhm.
That person that is, I was never this way, but there's like they're on the edge of like they're on the spectrum, right? Autism almost, where like they're just so dialed.
Right.
But then, like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face,
Yeah.
right? And so for you, that mental side, I'm I think it's huge. And I just want to hear if whatever you can kind of pull out for me there, like where do you go to find that piece of you that's just like because that's a natural thing that some people just have and some don't, where you're
Yeah.
just like, I'll grind,
Right.
right? Like I'm not gonna stop.
I think I think part of the, like, work ethic piece of that is probably from gymnastics, just, like,
Right.
growing up putting so many hours in. I think part of it's inherent, because 'cause I've actually talked to Rich about this, and he's like, "You just always liked to work. Like, you were there to grind. Like, you
Yeah.
just liked that."
Yes.
So I think a bit of it's, like, inherent. Um, I think part of it is, like, like, care so much. Like, if I'm going up there, I'm not going up on the wall to give 50% or just, like, see how it goes or whatever. It's like, I'm going up there to give 110%, and, like, I am gonna put myself out there, and, like, it's gonna be
Yeah.
uncomfortable, and I'm gonna have self-doubt, and I'm gonna have to, like, face all these things. Like, I'm going up there to do that. Like, I'm making this choice when I choose to go up on the wall. Like, that is what I'm getting into, and I'm gonna commit fully to it.
Yeah.
And, but then I'm not doing it, like, I'm not doing that every week. It's like I'm doing those
yeah,
big things a couple times a year,
Right.
and you're going in, like, ready for that.
Right.
yeah.
What's that inner voice sound like in your head where, I heard there was on because I watched some of your videos last night with there was the Book of Hate, and I just that part where you like almost didn't get it and you're kind of like braced out and one leg's taken off. And I think you were like, no, 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 no. And you're just telling yourself, like, don't lose this, right? Like I've
Right.
got this.
Yeah.
Like, what's that inner voice telling you? Right. Or is it just blackness in there of just every ounce of energy is going into your hand or your foot?
Yeah. Um, some of both. I think there's definitely a couple, like, mantras that I'll have, like, when I'm in the crux of a hard pitch or
Let's
whatever, or
hear
trying
it.
to figure something out, and, um, I think one thing I say to myself, I don't know what, but I'll say, like, "Find a way." If I'm up there and I'm like, I'm getting stressed, I'm tired, I don't know where the next hold is, whatever, it's like, "Okay, like, calm down, take a breath, find a way." Like, like, you just, like, slow down this response of, like, I don't know what to do," and, like, take a breath, like, slow this down, and think about, like, I wanna, like, respond to what's happening instead of reacting. Responding is this, like, slightly slower giving space between, like, "This happened, this is what I do," like, that's a reaction, and slowing that down to, like, "This happened, what is the information, what am I capable of, and how do I respond to that?"
Yep.
Mm,
Um, yeah, that's the thing I think about. Um, a lot of times I'll think about, like, zooming in or zooming out. So, like, I'll, like, zone in very much on, like, the next move or the next piece of gear or the next, just, like, one, like, granular thing at a time, and sometimes that's the mindset I have to be in of, like, zooming in, and sometimes it's zooming out on, like, okay, this is the bigger picture. This is the 8-day goal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's so
Even, like, taking that into a level of, like, okay, so you're everything is focused right here, the one thing in specific, and then as you, like, zoom out, is there even, like, I need to next make my next 3 steps to set up the 4th and 5th step too?
Yeah,
And then so, like, you're kinda zooming in and out even
totally.
in the like,
Yeah, like within a pitch, it's like, okay,
yeah,
I have to
yeah.
make 4 moves to get to this rest.
Yeah.
And then I get to like hold on to a good hold and like take a few breaths and reset and then make 6 more moves to
Yeah.
another stance.
So then it's plan, and then I gotta focus directly on this step. Yeah.
Yeah. But you
That's
make
fun.
that plan and then you execute. And when you're in the middle of that, you're not thinking, you're not stopping. You're like,
Yeah.
I've made this plan, I'm going to execute it instead of like questioning myself or whatever.
Back to his question, kind of like, if like it's just not feeling the same. So you're in a big thing. This is something you've been planning for. You're on a big climb, and yeah, it's just not like quite there. Do you ever like? Is it just like we just need 30 minutes on this ledge?
Yeah.
Like, do you ever just take like we just got to chill for a minute?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
hmm
and then
Um,
just you just got to make those choices, and like this is where we're gonna sit. And can you relax there? Can you find yourself like, back to centered, back to normal?
yeah, I usually can. I
have you
think,
ever spun out
Is
on
that
that cliff where you're like, "I don't think I'm gonna get this."
yeah, for sure.
And it's just like that voice in your head
Yeah, I
versus like
guess
that other voice of going like you how do you shut that little voice up that goes like, "You don't got this. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail." Because
Yeah, no, I feel that all the time. I think a reason I choose to rock climb is that it forces me to confront that voice of self-doubt all the time
mhm,
and like
yeah.
choose these things that feel like maybe just out of reach and like I don't know if I can do this and have to like confront that voice of self-doubt and put myself out there. And I think it's so easy to um it's so easy to like get close to being like, okay, I know I'm capable of this. I've put in the work. I know it's capable or I know it's possible. And it's so human, like, it's so easy for us to, like, seek this way out of, like,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, the conditions were bad," or, like,
yeah,
"Ah, my finger feels a little weird," or, like, it's so easy to want
totally,
this out instead of having to then
yeah,
'cause when you don't think it's possible, it's easy to, like, you put in the work, blah, 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 whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, it's still so far out there, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Once you realize it's possible, that's when that, like, self-doubt comes crashing in. It'll be like,
yes,
I might give 100%, like, I might give everything I have and still come up short, and that's
yeah,
scary, like,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
that
Yeah.
feels like
Well, in
failure.
fact, you're trying to dance that line where it's like 99.9% chance you will fail,
Uh-huh.
right? Like that's what you're trying to line up with is like, I want to go to that edge where I go, I'm
Yeah,
probably not going to,
yeah,
and I'm
but
going to try
maybe.
anyway, but
Uh-huh,
maybe.
But
And so you're out there for that, but maybe portion.
uh-huh,
And I remember even that, like, I remember hating that voice when I was on the track side and, you know, just feeling so like exhausted and beat and all that. And there was a little evil voice in my head that would go, maybe an ACL tear wouldn't be so bad.
right,
Like
yeah,
it's not you didn't quit,
uh-huh,
you got injured.
yep,
And so then you have this legitimate, pseudo legitimate excuse to go,
mhm,
like, I had to stop, I had to quit because
uh-huh,
I had an injury.
yeah,
It's a career ender,
totally,
especially when I was on the back end of that because like I just knew I didn't have it anymore,
uh-huh,
which is really a sad moment as an athlete to go kind of like I can tell my body just doesn't have it
yeah,
because like every time I'd get to where I was like, okay, I'm back, like I'm 85% strength because it feels like you're never 100% in any
mhm,
of it because you're trying to get all
mhm,
of it right.
mhm,
And then it's when you're older, then all of a sudden injury happens,
mhm,
and you're like, shit, I had it all lined up for a
right,
week.
yeah,
But then when you have it lined up for a week, then there's just the connective tissue of your life and your body. There's not a lot you can do about that at some point. It just starts
yeah.
to fail. And it's just that
Oh,
voice
man,
that comes in your head.
so many thoughts right yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And it just
Yeah,
and you just go like, "I'm done." With mine especially, it's a dumb sport to get into. I wouldn't wanna see my kids do it because it's like, I just have to be good at something that's just ridiculous and weird. And you don't do it for fun, which yours, thank God. You can go, "Okay, I climbed that and it has this bell curve of accomplishment,
Yeah.
but out of joy, you're gonna continue you'll climb forever.
Yeah, it can be this lifelong thing.
Yeah,
Mhm,
totally, but I mean, yeah, that voice is just it's in all of us, right? And
mhm,
it's just this little roommate we have in our head that says you can't.
mhm,
And I look at you and I go, "Man, this battle that you're fighting with this voice and the reckoning that you have internally with all of that, whatever you choose to do after this, you're gonna take over the world if you choose to, because it's as a rule set, right? Like, you become unstoppable as a human when you go like, "I've done this before," and me and that doubt voice, that little evil little shit that, she lives in your head, like,
mhm,
you've made her so quiet and so small.
mhm.
And then the one that says, "Find a way."
Right.
Like, I think if everybody just had that as a rule in their life, like, take a step back,
Mhm,
find a way.
mhm,
Like, if whoever's listening, like, I'm sure they're sitting in their car, wherever they're at going like, "She's right." Like, no matter what it is, because, for me now, it's the business pursuit and it's kids and wife and family and,
mhm,
like, you get lazy. That find a way voice gets
Mhm.
really lazy in life
mhm.
when you're not working it out all the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's a
Especially if you have
muscle
some
for
success
sure.
where you don't have to find a way as much anymore and you just
Right.
life gets easy.
Yeah.
The fridge is full, so to speak, right?
Right.
And so I think for you, it's like if you keep a hold of that voice, like nothing can stop you,
I think that's a
right?
cool thing about climbing is, like, at the end of the day, like, the climbs themselves are, like, kind of pointless, but it's that experience that you have of overcoming the self-doubt and seeing like, empowering other people to have that experience as well, like, whether it's taking your kids to the climbing gym or, like, taking a friend up on a route or whatever and seeing them, like, come up against something like, "I can't do this. I'm scared. I'm not strong enough. I can't do this." And, like, what you experienced, like, you finally sent that route that you tried over and over and over.
Yeah.
And that experience of overcoming something and realizing you're capable of, this little thing that you didn't think you were capable of, but that goes so far beyond just climbing at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Yeah. That willingness to kind of climb, fall, climb, fall,
Mhm.
climb, fall, and just don't overthink it, right? You just get right back on it again. And I've said that on a couple of podcasts. I just that willingness to go, I'm not gonna obsess over the fails, the whole goldfish mentality of like,
Mm.
try it, try it, try it, and eventually it'll stick. Right.
Yeah. I think taking away for me, like, taking away the time pressure a lot of the time is really helpful instead of being like, "I have to send this right now, like, this is my only chance," which sometimes it is,
Yeah.
but as much as you can, like, taking
Yeah.
that away and just being like, "Well, this is just another try, like,
Yeah.
I'm just
Mm,
gonna keep putting in the work, I'm gonna try again, I'm gonna learn something, it's just another opportunity," and
right.
you only need everything to go right one time, but you have to show up like, the more times that you show up, the more opportunities you have for it to go
Yeah.
right, I guess.
I think with the mentality, right, where you're showing up to go 110% every single time, it's like you be able to take advantage of those opportunities and when they come and
Mhm.
Oh, dude, it's sick. There was
that
one on El Cap, that video that you did with Arc'teryx where I think you almost started crying after you got one, and that was sick for me. I was like, that's when like, that emotional dump of, like, not just, like, elation and happiness, like, you've tapped a whole nother level when your emotion goes like, "I'm gonna cry,"
Yeah.
because like, I've already depleted all the fun parts of me, all the joy, all the happy.
yeah,
I've gone to this dark
anger.
place. It's not
Yeah.
dark, but you know
Absolutely.
what I mean? This, like, you've gone to that other level of,
Uh-huh.
like, I'll give you everything I've got, and it's just like that dump of, like, almost tears of, like, I can't,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was for me, it was sick. I was like, "Please cry, let it all out, girl," because it's just cool to see that level of just send, I guess, in your world, your
Mm,
word.
mhm.
What, climbing is, I'm assuming, become a huge part of who you are. What happens it won't go away, but what happens when it's no longer,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Because inevitably it has a life cycle, right? I told you, like, my wife's cousin, Rob Pism, who, he's gonna come on with us at some point as well,
Cool.
but he's on that back end of, like, he kinda handed over his sponsorships. He goes, "Guys, I'm not your guy anymore,"
Right.
and he's
Yeah.
recognizing that.
Yeah.
Um, and I think he's handled it well. He has a couple, 2, 3 kids now, which, that by nature, it just says you're no longer the center of the world.
Right.
Not in a negative sense, but like and I think you should please, those of us that are kind of now in career life going, please keep adventuring, keep living in the van because, we
Yeah.
all dream of that, right?
Yeah.
And you're living a dream. But how do you look forward to that? And what in your mind do you go, okay, what's next? And I'm not trying to take you away from what you're doing because I want you to be so into what you're doing right now.
Yeah, no,
But
for
it's
sure.
something that, I saw a lot when I was training professionally that, you know, it was 2015, 2016. So I'd been, I was 35, 36. The other athletes I'd been training with and kind of quote unquote touring with for the three prior like Olympic seasons for that, they all, the dinner conversation switched from, you know, I'm going to train for this next, I'm going to train for that to
Right,
like, what's next?
right.
Because I've been only in this world,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know what else is out there. And
Yeah,
I don't really know who I am without this.
yeah.
And so have you started to dance with that identity piece a little bit? And
I think I had a big reckoning with that as a gymnast because that was my
yes,
entire world, for so many years, and then, yeah, so, like, a sudden back injury is like, this is an identity crisis, like, I don't know who I am
that would be
outside
like
of
take your
going
physicality
to
away
the
from you,
gym 5
right?
hours a day, yeah, like,
Yeah.
So you're like sitting on a couch
And
going,
be a teenager too, where you're kind of dealing with life's identity crisis, right? Like,
yeah,
yes,
totally. So I think I've, like,
yeah,
had that experience
100%.
before and understand now that it's like yeah, again, the climbs themselves can't be the end all be all. It's like kind of
Yeah,
what's the bigger experience we're taking out of this and
right,
also building up the other things around it of like having the nutrition piece that I'm interested
yeah,
in. It's like, yeah, when I'm not at my highest performance peak anymore, I have this like kind of other career that I've had on the back burner,
yeah,
but can build into a bigger thing
right,
at some point and something that I'm like very passionate about and a way to interact and engage with people that I've like feels like rewarding or meaningful in some way.
yeah, totally.
Um,
'Cause now you're helping support them. I think that's always been that next phase is like, well, how do I give what I've got, all this
uh-huh,
that I've taken?
uh-huh.
And the beauty then of it's my turn to hand it down again now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which when
Totally.
you've gone as far as you have, I always compared it to putting together a 2,000-piece puzzle, right? And no puzzle is complete. You lose a piece of a puzzle, you throw the whole puzzle away, right? And so few people ever do anything in life where they really actually put the whole puzzle together.
Yeah.
A lot of people they might put a little 12-piece puzzle together or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
But when you get to where you're at and you're putting together 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 piece
Yeah.
puzzles, and you're getting to put that last piece in and click it and finally get to see a dream come true, right? And you're
Right.
doing that. Um, it's really fun that once you've seen that to be able to coach other people through to go like, hey,
Right.
wait till you see it when you put that last piece in,
Uh-huh.
right? And to
Yeah.
give that back, right?
Yeah. And I think the cool thing about climbing is that it is a sport that you can pursue in some way kind of for your whole life. Like, yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
going to be like at my peak athletic performance for my entire life, but I can
Yeah.
still go rock climbing. I can still
Yeah.
engage in this sport and like be in the community that I love. That's
Yeah.
yeah,
in some way.
Yeah, anytime a sport can give you community, we've preached that so much in here with the hunting and fishing side
Mhm.
where I see so many men where I'm like, dude, like go pick one of those two up or pick up ultra running or pick up rock climbing or climbing
Mhm.
or something because you see men especially are not good at finding community
Mm.
and connection
Mhm.
and real genuine like heart soul connection with people.
Yeah.
And I find it especially so much because I don't run ultras and I don't climb big things, but I find myself on the very top of mountains a lot
Yeah.
and just sitting down.
Yeah.
And I think if you can do that with a friend or what we would say is a brother
Uh-huh.
or a sister and that
Uh-huh.
and sit there on the side of the mountain and just be,
Yeah.
right?
Well, especially when you're having these like pretty intense experiences with that person,
Yes.
it's like, yeah, you're stripped down. Like fatigue, exhaustion, like that
Yeah.
exposes you and like you're
Yes.
stripped down to
You're
this.
hiding under a tree, there's a rainstorm, it's like the second day of it, and you're
yeah,
soaked,
And I
you're
think
freezing.
climbing is a really cool like medium for connection with people.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it provides a lot of that downtime of you're sitting at the bottom, you're looking up and going, "All right,
Can
we're
we
gonna
do
do
this?
this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're also like you're dealing in real time with fear and stress and exposure and like all these things and like yeah, that person that you're tied in with is like
Well, and they've
dealing
got
with it
your
all
life in their hands
too, and
too. That's a trip. Like, I mean, the
mhm,
person at the bottom, I mean, right, you're putting your life in their hands. That's a
totally, yeah,
whole 'nother level of
yeah,
yeah, so you're probably really picky about who you let lead you down at the bottom. Like, if you don't know them and you don't know their experience,
right,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah, It's good. The community is, the ultra. That's why we've stayed basically as a community, right? We looked
Yeah.
for something hard and we found it. And then, the people and that one's a cool one because same thing, everyone's competing with themselves.
Mhm.
There's a handful of people who are going to win a race
Mhm.
and they're competing with each other, and that's really, really awesome.
Yeah.
But the rest of the field, either 50 or 100, 200 people
Yeah.
are just competing with themselves and
Right.
happy to be there.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you never have a bad conversation out on the trail.
Yeah.
Someone might not be
Yeah.
doing so good, but it's like, okay, well,
It's
let me help
real.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Or let's hear this,
Uh-huh.
or it's just happy to be there. And so the communities are, and like hunting's one where it's like, you just got to have some of those idols a little bit or someone to kind of show you the way. You can get out there, but
Mhm.
like to really have that connection and someone to kind
Yeah.
of point you.
Yeah,
in
we
a-
said that a lot. Like the one thing I love about the things that I've been in love with now is like the hunting and fishing side is you can figure it out yourself,
Mhm.
sort of.
Mhm.
But the beauty of it is somebody else has to take you
Yeah.
and say, I'm gonna give you something,
Uh-huh.
and you get to learn from them. And
Yeah.
it's
You're, like,
you can watch
investing
all
in
the
that
YouTube and all the
person. Yeah.
whatevers, but there's so much tribal knowledge in
Uh-huh.
all of these communities that
Yeah.
you have to be sort of mentored into it.
Yeah.
And I love that relationship of it has to be given to, right?
Yeah.
There's so many things right now that you can just
And you
go
have to
out.
be willing to receive that.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. And a lot of
Yeah.
the world you can go buy your way into,
Uh-huh.
all the material side of the machine, if you will.
Uh-huh.
Like you can just go buy your way into it and then you're part of it. Whatever, it
Right.
doesn't matter. But with these type of things that it's outdoors and it's it's in that space where you have to go, somebody took me
Uh-huh.
and handed this to me
Uh-huh.
and I received it
Yeah.
and then I honored it by continuing to both grow it myself and then hand it to somebody else too. And so it's this beautiful ecosystem
Yeah.
that the humans like I think we crave so much. And like I said, men especially that aren't somehow plugged into something like that.
Yeah.
I see a lot on like just unhappiness, emptiness in them
Yeah.
where I want to encourage them so bad. I'm like, dude, go find some hunting buddies. It's not about shooting something. It
Right.
really isn't.
Yeah.
It's just so about having an objective of, going into the woods with a purpose.
Uh-huh.
I struggle to go just kind of camp in the woods.
Yeah.
It's harder for me
Yeah.
without going, what's my goal out here? Well,
Right.
I'm just going to walk from here. I guess if you add a distance, right? If we're going to kind of do a 30-mile loop and we're going to camp along the way, good.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now I've got it. But
There's a goal. Yeah.
there's a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and it's probably some
Humans need a
hardwiring.
purpose.
We do,
Yeah.
yes. And especially
Yeah.
growing up as an athlete, I kind of go, what's the challenge? What's the thing? What's that 99% chance of failure that I
Mhm.
want to put myself, not all the time, but on occasion, I want to put myself up against
Mhm.
something like that, right? And it's when I was, in 2012, when I thought I was retiring from track, without knowing it, like I'd always wanted to hunt. We didn't grow up with our dad hunting and I picked like, okay, archery, public land, elk, which is, I don't know, there's harder, but there's not a lot harder than that. And I didn't know I was picking it, but I think innately I gave myself like, what's something that has really horrible odds? It's going to be hard. I'll probably fail
Yeah.
because I got used to that relationship with that failure piece, right? And
Uh-huh.
going, I need to find something else and I will almost bet if I talk to you in 15 years, you're going to say, yeah, I put myself in a situation where I was like, I'm probably not going to, you know what I mean? But I wanted to be the best of the best of the best at this because it just feels good. It
Yeah.
feels good to wake up in the morning and go, yeah, I'm probably not going to win.
Right.
Like this is going to beat my ass.
But you have something to orient your day around or yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because just a normal, like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to go to the cubicle. I'm going to go do the thing. It's just where your soul goes to die,
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
you got to have something that challenges you. For those young people that are doing that, then, I mean, from your perspective, as you're kind of moving just naturally into that mentor space, what do you encourage? Like, I
Mhm.
wish I almost brought my daughter Courtney in here because I was like, you're you're awesome, you're powerful, and as a father of a daughter, you're always wanting to put women that are, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
living that way around her.
Yeah.
Like, what do you tell girls like that? That kind of 16, 17-year-old, kind of right on your path, right? Like,
Right.
was a gymnast, now she's in track and she kicks ass because she's got that grit. Like the coaches are like,
Right.
she's a non-issue. She's a great culture piece for the team because she just doesn't stop.
Right.
They can't she's a workhorse for the team. They'll put her in any relay. She's like, yes, sir, I'll run it. It might not be the best, but I'll give you my best. Right.
Right.
But what do you tell those young ladies, right? Because we have so many men on the podcast that I'm like, I love that we can have your perspective in your sport. But yeah, how do you talk
Right.
to those girls?
Yeah. Man, I don't know if I have like good words around it. I think it's more of just like I have noticed myself moving into more of this mentor role for some of the younger like dirtbag climbers who are living out of their
Yeah.
RAV4 instead of their
Instead of their
Transit
Sprinter van.
van,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which those are like a house. I mean, cost wise
yeah.
and all that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's not, you think I'll
Not
just move
anymore.
into
I
a
mean,
van.
thankfully I got it 10 years ago when it was a lot cheaper back
And you
then.
slowly built it out. I mean, it wasn't, did you just, because you actually built it over here. I remember you guys
Yeah, a bunch of
with
years
the
ago.
saws and
Uh-huh.
all that out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's awesome.
Uh, oh, what do I
Do you do you see yourself in that role for like these young, like say you're seeing it
a
now
bit.
more,
Yeah,
but like
for
I guess
sure.
is that something new of
Uh,
like I guess I have the time and I have this experience behind me, so it's like I do have the knowledge and
mhm.
typically we're modest or whatever where it's like I'm not the best, but
Yeah. Or that imposter syndrome of like,
yeah,
oh, I'm
yeah,
not that person,
For sure.
but Arc'teryx says, we're going to put you on a video.
Yeah.
You go, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still kind of don't view myself as like um having that like wisdom and knowledge and experience or whatever, but am starting to recognize the way that like that younger generation of climbers or dirtbags views me, and like I'll be sitting in Yosemite with like the door of the van open, and like people just like come by and like come in the van and talk to
Some
me, and
young
like
guys just like,
yeah,
Do you mind if can I say hi? I want to talk to you a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
exactly. And like I think the privilege that I have of like, yeah, I get paid to go like live this life and go rock climbing and stuff. And like to me, part of that responsibility is not just like having the self-centered, like I'm doing my climb and like that's all that matters. But part of my responsibility in that is being available for those people to come talk to, and like
Yeah.
um yeah, creating the time and the space for people to talk to me and ask me questions. And I get a lot of like, so how do I become a sponsor climber and what do I do? And
yep,
um I think I don't know, my biggest thing is just like be yourself. Like that, just like being yourself and being authentic to who you are and the way that you want to engage with the sport and with this community and this space is like just having that authenticity of the way that you bring yourself, and like don't try to
Yeah.
be the Jonathan Seagrass, like the best sport climber in America. Like don't try, brands aren't looking for another one of him. Like they already have
Yeah.
him.
yeah,
Be
yeah,
yourself. What do you bring? What's
Right.
unique to you?
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
and then hard work, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I love so much. I'm obsessed with what you said of that find a way thing.
Mm.
I
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like take a step
love it.
back and then, slow down, find a way. Like I think that applies to everything, right?
Mhm.
I love it.
I think like mantras in general, and I really love yours, and I've been processing it, but just the idea of like how simple we can be of just saying something that means it and sets you back. Like, okay, just calm down,
Mhm.
half a second,
Mhm.
2 seconds, and then move forward.
Yeah.
And it's funny how like I don't know if people have very many mantras of like that was like a big thing with the Cocodona and
Yeah.
Rachel. She's like, why not me? Why not me?
Right.
And everyone was like,
it
she's
was
going too
so
hard.
sick.
She's going too hard. She's going too hard. I'm like, why
Yeah.
not me?
Yeah.
And she did it. And she fucking crushed it. Right. And so I don't know, just that simplicity of having like something to rely on, like reset. That creative fucker in my head that's, coming up with all this creativeness to get me out of this. It's like, I just need 3 words that says, nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back
He's
on the
good at
path.
excuses, right?
And he
He's
might
good
come
at
back
looking for
in
reasons why
10
not
minutes,
to.
5 minutes,
For
2
sure.
minutes even, right?
Uh-huh.
But
Mhm.
like, how do we step it down? And
Mhm.
yeah, and that one's fun. Big mantra. Big like talk to yourself.
Yeah. So it's the Ruckless podcast. Our focus is on gear and getting people out in the woods.
Yeah.
And so that's really our mission, right? Is the point of what we're building. It's an app that helps you keep track of your gear. And so some of the fun things that we're working on now I'm just going to ask you, just I didn't prep you with any questions because it's not that big of a deal. But outside of all the normal gear, because you guys, it's a very gear heavy, you have 200 pounds of stuff going up with you. What are a couple things that, like, for the young person that's listening, because I don't know your world, are like, I will not leave home without this, right? Now, outside of
S-
your gear and the stuff you just have to have, but what are some like tricky little things that you're like, hey, like I had a guy a long time ago give me a flosser, a dental flosser, because he's
Okay.
like, there's nothing that'll make you crazier than something stuck in your tooth and you
Mhm.
have no way to get it out and you're
Yeah.
15 miles in the backcountry. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's become one of
I'm a
my
big
most
on oral
cherished.
hygiene. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
One of my most cherished like little things that
Yeah.
I always tell, like, here's some flossers. Put them somewhere. You'll never
Yeah.
forget them.
That's good.
But like in our world, like I'm a big like redundancy around headlamps, right?
Yeah.
Because like that's just killer, not
Uh-huh.
having headlamp, right? But for you, like in your world, like I'm super, super interested to hear like what are some of those things that, that you just go, I will never ever, if I'm a pitch up and I forgot this, I'm
Yeah.
going back down. Right.
Oh man, I'm not a big like good luck charm or I don't need like my like accessories as much.
Okay.
I'm very like low maintenance, I guess.
Yeah.
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 I would say a toothbrush is definitely one of those things.
That you're like, I'll go back down a certain distance to get a toothbrush.
For sure.
Or I'll have
Yeah.
somebody drop it from the top. Put on it.
Like I will
You
get
can just tie that to a little drone, I guess. That's a pretty easy one.
yeah, we can like Amazon that
Yeah.
Yep.
overnight or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, big on that. I guess this is like a requisite thing, but climbing shoes, like having the right shoe or
That's what
different.
I was gonna ask. Like in the shoe.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you can borrow a lot of stuff because we talk a lot about that. Like if someone wants to go hunting, like they can go borrow,
Uh-huh.
you can go borrow a pretty good pack. You can borrow some clothes. You can borrow a weapon system if you want to,
Yeah.
a tent, a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
But like we
Did you
always
borrow
say,
shoes?
or do
I
you
say want
to
those?
young men, you go buy the best pair of hiking boots you can buy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Right, 'cause
No,
your
kind of the
feet
same thing as like you
will
can get
kill
away
you.
with whatever harness, like different kind of cams, different quick draws, whatever, but like having the right shoe for your foot and for the type of terrain is super important.
How many different pairs of shoes do you have?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're
A lot.
watching,
How many? Okay.
This is like the only time she gets dumped on the whole podcast.
I mean, I have an entire like
Climbing shoes.
yeah.
How many would you use like in a year of different
Oh,
rocks and stuff?
gosh, yeah.
Okay, so that's even a big number too.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. No, like in the back of the van I have like
Like the big Home Depot
I have
black,
like a Home
yellow.
Depot like tote bin of climbing shoes.
Okay.
How many pairs of high heels do you own?
None.
Love it.
I thought so.
No, I mean I probably have like I have a pair of like approach shoes, like hiking shoes, a pair of like kind of comfortable, just like slip on.
These
and
are sick.
wear
What are
around.
these things?
These are Arc'teryx's. Just like chill
I
shoes.
want because this is your sponsor. They need to hear this. These are Arc'teryx.
The
These are the
Arc'teryx
Arc'teryx chill
yeah,
shoe.
comfort shoe.
I
But
dig
then I
that.
have an entire
I'm a
tote
bright
bin
shoe
of-
guy though, so I like the orange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, I guess sponsorships help a little bit too, right? So when you're a true dirtbag, you're like, I got my two.
Yeah.
And
No,
I
for
got
sure.
them used off a guy.
Yeah. No,
Right.
and I yeah, that's I guess another cool like
Do you ever give away gear? Like, do you see somebody that just really needs it? You know, Arc'teryx has got your back.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what, dude? You need these shoes.
Uh-huh. No, because I remember being in that position not that long ago. Like before I was sponsored, 5 years ago. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like this professional climber gave me their old, worn out, like totally blown climbing shoes that they'll never wear again. And they gave them to me. And like I'm
Yes.
gonna
Do you still have any of those that you hold on to and cherish? Like these were from so and so? Or you just finished blowing them all the way out and toss them?
I don't know if I
Do you have
still
any,
have
like,
but I
souvenirs
I mean,
from-
I distinctly remember a couple of those moments. Of,
Who was
like,
that? Who gave you something?
This person named Drew Mack.
Okay.
Lives in Las Vegas. But yeah, high level climber. And yeah, it was probably like 5 or 6 years ago before I was sponsored, before I had any hopes of like being a professional rock climber, gave me his old blown out pair of shoes and they didn't even fit me. But I was like,
That
I mean,
is
I wore them. I was
cool.
like,
Yeah.
so
Right.
I mean, I distinctly remember that. And like, yeah, I'll give people shoes or a jacket or whatever. And like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that would
Like,
be-
especially those people that I see that are like in that position that I was 5 years ago.
Mhm.
And they're trying to make it.
Like they're eating
grinding
like ramen.
They're
for
eating
every
like
meal.
cat food out of their, yeah. They're
Yeah.
like,
and- yeah.
Yeah.
like-
Totally.
do you want a jacket? Yeah.
That's awesome.
That would probably be the sickest feeling ever, right? To be
Yeah.
like, hey, here's something. Yeah,
Mhm.
you can't do it all
Yeah.
the time, right? You'd run out pretty quick,
Mhm.
but that's cool. So, okay, so
Like, I'm very
toothbrush,
grateful to be in that position where I can
that
do
is
that.
really,
Yeah.
really awesome. Yeah.
And I look up to other people that are like, I think there's this progression in the climbing community of like, yeah, you live in your car and like kind of barely scrap by. And then you live in your van and you like get to cook inside and like people can come and hang out in your van with you and like not be in the
Yes.
rain. And then you like have a house and people can park their vans in your driveway.
At your house.
Yeah.
driveway.
Yeah.
Is there sort of like a community around that? Like people that go, hey, I got this space. You can come park.
And then geographically, where would like
Yeah.
if you did buy a house, where would that be?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because like I
think
fell in
that's-
love with like Durango, in like
Yeah.
the mountains, and
Okay.
it's like, oh, okay, everyone runs like lives down. Not
Uh-huh.
everybody, but like this is a big place to live.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas geographically, where could you hit a
Yeah.
bunch
Um,
close?
there's a handful of places I would like enjoy living for probably like 6 months of the year, and I have yet to find somewhere that I'm like, man, I want to be there 12 months of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think
I get
any of
that.
us that have this
Yeah.
desire to like want to adventure, especially when in the
Mhm.
West, right? Because there's just
Uh-huh.
times of the year here where you're like, I hate this place,
Yeah.
right? We didn't
Yeah.
have a winter this year, so I never really got there.
Uh-huh.
But like for me, when everything's dead and it's just like January, February, March,
Yeah.
and I'm like, God, I want to see something green. I want to
Uh-huh.
see this world alive. It just turns to mud season here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know like where that's at for you. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think any of us want to live any, well, some people, but I think a lot of us go like, I could definitely do 6 months here, 6 months here.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
nice thing about like, yeah, maybe you have a place and you have a van and like you
Mhm.
rent out your place half the year, but
Yeah.
I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah. Just because you don't want to be, or you have things to do in your careers, kind of a goal that you go, I'm gonna. Are you
Uh,
in the grind in your career, or no? Does it feel like a grind at all?
no, because I would be doing exactly what I'm doing whether or not someone was paying me to do it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I feel incredibly grateful that someone has decided to pay me to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would be climbing the same things. I would be like
Totally. Has there been any
interacting with the world
expectation
in
of
the
a
same
shift
way.
from having sponsors now that they say I need to see X, Y, and Z, or you go, I'm just going to be me, or do they kind of give
Oh,
you
yeah, that's a good
cool, but we'd
question.
like to see a little bit of this, or I need to see you do
Yeah.
this, or
I feel very grateful that the sponsors I work with are um very supportive and like they want their athletes to engage in the sport very authentically. Like they want us
yeah,
to go do the things that we care about
yeah,
instead of being told what to do. Um I think I put more pressure on myself to like perform or succeed than
Yeah.
any of my sponsors do.
but not because of the sponsorship, just because that's just an internal drive that you have. You're not going, I have to succeed now because of the sponsorship.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say for the most part. I
Yeah.
think I probably
Is there like a pressure though of like, oh shit, they're paying me. Now I do need to.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think yeah, a little bit for sure. Um, but probably not more so than I put on myself anyway.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
way, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
But yeah,
puts you
it's
in this
definitely
spot.
easy to like get into this like existential crisis of like, especially if you're like not doing good or like not sending your project or whatever, it's very easy to be like, man, like what am I doing? Like why?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, yeah, for sure. But
Yeah. I guess I would probably, if you have an awesome relationship, which it sounds, it's probably all internal of like, am I giving enough? Am I doing?
and so much of like climbing sponsorship nowadays, especially, I would say, is not purely sending like the hardest route in the
Mhm.
world. It's like, what else am I bringing to the brand? Like, am I
Right.
teaching clinics? Am I being like
Yep.
involved in the community? Am I,
Yep.
contributing in these
Because
other
there's a lot
ways?
now with content, right? And so it's also about just for them going, hey, just be wearing that jacket and then
Mhm.
go do something cool. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be climbing, right? Like
It
it'd
doesn't have
be,
to be the hardest thing in the
let's see that
world,
you're a
but
real human
Yeah.
and doing real human stuff
yeah,
out in that space.
yeah.
Yeah, but you can't eat
But the
jackets. So do they pay you? Is there a salary or a little bit of that comes? Because
yeah,
in
yeah,
my world, like it was pretty easy to get like a Nike or
right,
Adidas. But I always said I can't eat that stuff. Like they'll
right.
just give you a bunch of shoes, and it's like that means nothing to me.
Yeah, there's definitely like tiers of sponsorship, and so most people like. I mean, I started out getting a couple $1,000s of gear every year, and
Yeah,
that was like a really big deal.
Yeah.
And then you get like a little travel budget, and you're like, they're gonna pay me to go do this,
Yes.
or like pay for me to go do this thing, and then eventually you build up to like actually having a like retainer or salary or
yeah.
whatever.
Where you
Yeah.
can go beyond just keeping food and fuel in the van,
Right.
Yeah.
and I can actually like I have a bank account now,
Uh huh.
and I can
Uh huh.
maybe I got a little money to go do something I want to do. That's not
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I can buy like an organic apple today instead.
I love it.
Yeah. What is there a dream climb that you have on the list right now that you just haven't that
Oh
that
man.
you haven't approached yet? That not
Oh
from a difficulty
yeah.
perspective, but like I've always wanted to go see whatever
Mm.
and go climb outside of this country or outside of the Rocky Mountain
Yeah.
region.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No. Always. There's always a long list
Yeah.
of
What
things
would
I
it
want to
be
go do.
if I was Arcteryx and I called you today? I said, you name it, we're sending you. You could go spend 2 months in whatever.
Ooh. I would probably do some sort of European
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
I'd really like to come in Greece. There's a lot
Okay.
of
Yeah.
just like very type 1 fun rock climbing,
Yeah.
Okay.
like over the ocean in Greece. That looks
Yeah.
super fun.
Yeah.
Have you done anything in the European side yet?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like very, very little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I can't imagine, like, there's mountains everywhere, right? There's gotta be stuff to
There's more
climb.
climbing in Europe than the US. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like a
Yeah.
huge culture in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I always think about just like going somewhere, like just being somewhere else. It's like you can do the same kind of hunt or a mountain trail. Like hunting's different because animals and species, and like fishing and stuff. But at the same time, you're throwing your fly rod the same way.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
like just the idea of like, oh, I picked up and I went, across the country, and
Yeah.
this guy's speaking another language, hopefully, and
Yeah.
and immerse. And so there is just like that level of
Yeah.
like, yeah, it might not be the best fishing or the hardest, but just we're going somewhere and we're
Mhm.
investing into
Well, and that's
this.
where I'm at this year with fishing wise is like, I'm looking for these weird. So I made a list of like, I just want to fish as many different named bodies of water.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fish counter. I have a real problem with people that count. I caught 47 fish. I'm like, dude, you're kind of, in my opinion, you're missing out
Yeah.
on the point of why you're out there, right?
Yeah.
But like for me this year, I want to see how many different bodies of water I can fish, right?
Okay.
So I'm looking at like,
Yeah, have you ever been up to the Wind River Range in Wyoming?
no,
And
I don't think so. What
Oh,
river
man.
comes out of? So I'd have to look at a map and see
It's a
what.
massive land area
Yeah.
in kind of like outside Lander, Wyoming.
Okay.
The Wind Rivers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like huge granite, like very rugged terrain, but just tons of lakes.
Tons
It's
of
like it's a
lakes and
very big
water
fishing.
streams. Yes.
Um,
I'll have to look it up. That'll be on my next list.
but you could
But I
like
go to
you
Wyoming
can like
quite a
go to
bit.
lake from like lake to lake and
Yeah.
Okay.
And then little tail
Uh-huh.
out stream of that.
Yeah.
Like we were coming back, we were in South Fork fishing the Rio Grande River.
Yeah.
It looked like there was some sick climbing out in
Yeah.
that area too, I
Yeah.
would assume, because there was some crazy kind of nasty like granite kind of push up spires that I was like,
Uh-huh.
a rock climber would love this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Right.
know there is.
But even on the way back, there's this creek. I forget it was it's Poncha Creek is on the side of the highway, and my buddy, I was like, "Let's go fish this thing,"
Yeah.
And he like in the middle, and we like climbed down this little cliff, go down, and we just
Yeah.
caught 2 little brown trout. And I'm
Okay.
like, "Cool, add it to the list."
Yeah.
But it was like I get as excited about that little brown trout and a little tiny Poncha Creek,
Yeah.
just knowing like I found a fish in there. He was hiding under this little bush,
Uh-huh.
as I do the big fish we caught up on the Rio Grande, right? So it's
Yeah.
like I think I would imagine the rock climbing world. Is it ever tempting? You're like driving through a canyon, you're going like, I have to go climb this thing right now. You ever
Yeah.
just like pull over and go like, I'm gonna go boulder that for a little bit, take a
Yeah.
lunch break, eat, and go. Maybe nobody's ever bouldered
Right.
that little line. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there much of that
And
where
there's
you just
also like huge databases, like most climbs that have been established and climbed before. There's like these huge databases of it, and
right?
it can very much turn into this like checklist.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there sort of like
Like a Strava for climbing where you
Yeah.
can check it off and everyone sees it
Yep.
too.
Yep.
is that, what's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
name? There's a name for that. I've heard people mention that. There's a couple.
8ANU is
Uh-huh.
like kind of the global
Okay.
Yeah.
like record all your
But that stuff is fun.
yeah,
like-
for sure. And it's like an information sharing thing too,
100%,
because like
yeah.
you tick it off and you say like like here's some information about it and like the conditions and
Yeah.
like if the temperature in Las Vegas is 85 degrees, it'll be good conditions on this wall and like
Right. Right.
bring
Yeah.
this piece of gear for this pitch.
Yeah.
and,
So like I was gonna say, our dream with Ruckless is to have that for people. And I'm not
Okay.
trying to be a commercial, but I guess that's
Mhm.
what we do. Is why we're doing this. But
Mhm.
like that's our dream for Ruckless on the rock climbing side is to go like people have a different gear list that can be shared because that's the whole point. It's a community of
yeah,
it's open. Like
Uh-huh.
you make a list, you check the boxes, but somebody else can go in and see
yeah.
what Amity used for
Well, that's like
whatever
super
pitch.
helpful. Like, even for doing an LCAP thing or whatever, it's like you have this whole list of gear and like you're kind of checking
how many
it off
times
as
do
you're
you check
packing.
it before you climb? I mean,
Yeah.
100, right?
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
I know on a hunt when I know I'm going to be 15 or 20 miles from the truck, like, dude, I will pack and think I'm ready to go. And the night before, I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, I'm going to take everything out of that bag. I'm going to lay it on the table again.
Yeah.
And it's not really life or death for me outside of like having someplace warm and a little bit of food. But at any
Right.
given time, I can be one day out.
Yeah.
But I mean, on El Cap, you're like, this is huge,
Uh-huh.
especially when you got a camera crew with you, right? Like now you're like, all these people are committed to this. And so I'm
Yeah,
sure, how
it's
many times
paying
do you
for
unpack
this.
and
Yeah.
pack those
Yeah.
bags to
Yeah.
get there, right?
Mhm.
What's okay, so real quick then,
Yeah.
like how do you plan that out? Are we like on napkins? Are we Excel spreadsheet? Because I'm a napkin guy most of the
honestly
time.
depends on the person I'm climbing with.
Okay.
Like
They kind of dictate that a little bit.
I'm not super OCD. Like
Okay.
I'll have my stuff together. I'll be fine. But one of the people I've climbed El Cap with a number of times, very much like Excel spreadsheet. Like
Yeah.
we've got everything ticked off and like weighed and measured and it's
Calories.
very to the T.
Yeah.
And then
What's your guys' meal choice? Like, what do you? Because we in our world, it's kind of it tends to be either Mountain House or peak meals.
There's
Yeah.
others, but that's
There's others,
general.
but that's kind of where we've landed. But when I started hunting, however long ago, 15 years ago, there wasn't a lot from a dehydrated food perspective, right? It was like Mountain House was kind of
the one,
everybody's, and now there's
there's a
many.
ton now.
Yeah.
Do you have sponsorship in that way? On the
I
food side?
don't. That one, the video with Arc'teryx, someone had given us a bunch of dehydrated meals. They're unfortunately out of business, but they were really good.
They were really good. Yeah.
I actually generally make my own. Like for breakfast, I'll like do a Ziploc bag of oats and protein powder and whatever flavoring and dried fruit, and
so
pack my own.
Yeah. So I do the same thing. I do a little zippy bag of like oats. I do like a chunk of butter. I'll do like 2 tablespoons of butter because it lasts if it's salted forever. Right. Well, not forever, but for a hunt.
Yeah.
Then some peanut butter, powdered peanut butter.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's your recipe for your breakfast oatmeal?
I'm a big fan of chocolate peanut butter oatmeal.
Okay.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah. So I'll do like oats, like a chocolate protein powder, cocoa powder, peanut butter powder. And like maybe some dried fruit in there.
Yeah.
But some chocolate peanut butter
some
oats
butter. Chuck some old fashioned salted butter in there.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
It gives
one.
it a nice little.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't done that.
It's a nice mouthfeel, right? It's
Uh-huh.
like got that oily, fatty, which feels good first thing in the morning for me.
Yeah.
I'm a fat and I'm a buttery. I'm a fat guy in the morning. Like I love proteins and fats.
Some butter on some bread.
Oh, dude,
You're all into that bullet coffee or whatever.
Oh, dude, way before that, those guys. But yeah, like I love like a nice Kerrygold butter in the morning, just fatty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's our breakfast. You make your own, which I totally agree with. For one, just from a cost value standpoint. Like,
I don't need to buy like a $10
I don't need
bag
to spend $10 on it.
That's the problem too. Is like the hunting and the dehydrated. Like I love the biscuits and gravy because it's just tasty.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know. I don't eat that much food in the morning.
Yeah,
and it's $6 or $8.
Yeah. That'll be breakfast. Most of the time during the day, I'm kind of just like snacking on stuff throughout the day.
Little turkey or whatever.
Bars,
nuts,
jerky, bagel.
dehydrated
I'm big on like
fruits.
I'll do like peanut butter wraps. I'll just have tortillas and like spread peanut butter and banana or whatever on that.
Yes. Yep. Because you don't want it to be both heavy, time consuming, and it's just you want it to feel light. Even in the hunting space, like that's kind of ours too. Like I might do a bagel with like a salamis type of meat, right,
Yeah.
and like a hard cheese.
Yeah.
But
and having some like, because if you just eat bars all day, you kind of get like a little tired of just like sticky sweet, like
Yeah. 100%.
but yeah, having some like salty and
Peanut
switching it up.
And I'll pack lots of little stuff because there's times in your day, like I watched you on the El Cap climb, like you're just trying to burn a whole day.
Yeah.
And sometimes like, okay, I'm gonna eat this little piece of food and I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna watch and like to have like your whole meal.
Well, it's either you're like waiting out an entire day like of sun on a ledge, or you're like climbing the entire day and you're just like snacking on what you can in between pitches and
Chuck
hauling
and and then dinner you treat yourself.
Yeah. So
I saw a very cheesy something on the climb.
I've done a couple of different like dehydrated pre-packaged meals. And I've also made my own. I'm kind of a fan of that. I'll do like quick cooked noodles, some sort of like ramen or like quick cooking noodle. And then you can get like dehydrated vegetables, which is kind of nice. I'll like do some of those. And
I saw a couple on Instagram.
Maybe like
they
a
did
pack of tuna
sauces dehydrated, and they had it in a 3-ring binder.
Oh, I've seen that.
They literally dehydrate it in a pan, and they would 3-hole punch it.
Yeah.
And they had a binder of spaghetti sauce and then a curry and you know what I mean?
I haven't gotten that fancy.
That'd
I'll
be
do
cool,
an easy one to do is like a
though.
peanut sauce, like the peanut butter powder. You can do that in like some hot sauce and
like a little bit of like a Thai kind of.
You do that with like some noodles and veggies and like a pack of tuna. It's like it's pretty good.
That would be really good.
Super good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tuna packs are one of my favorites too, just because they're
Mhm.
so light and easy.
Yeah.
Not a ton of calories, so like if you start to look at the back
Not
of
a
it,
lot of calories, but a lot of protein. So if you're
yeah,
adding that to like a bunch of noodles or
pasta or
Like a
whatever.
something.
ramen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I dig that making yourself because I think a big thing that we have a heart for is just how expensive all these hobbies are.
Yeah.
And when young people, like I was poor as dirt when I was getting into like fly fishing. Like I was buying stuff off of Craigslist, which was a
Yeah.
thing back in the day, but like, $100 rod. And then
Uh-huh.
somebody had an extra reel. Can I give you $40 for that? Or,
Yeah.
and so then you go to add like how much you can, if you were going to go buy the clothing you're wearing today,
Right.
like it's not cheap
Yeah.
because it's good stuff. It's not clothing, it's gear.
Uh-huh.
And I know Arc'teryx is that way. Like their stuff is so high quality, right? And
Right.
the same in the hunting space with some of the other brands. But also like
It's just food. Like to go
it's just
for
food.
5 days, if you're gonna obviously you can put effort into it, but if it's like I'm just gonna buy this out,
Yeah.
it's a
It's
grip.
Yeah.
expensive.
What's
Yeah.
the rules around that nutritionally? Because I've seen kids like taking up the candies and all that. And I'm like, dude, you're killing yourself with that right now, right? And so, like, I like that you kind of built a
I love
recipe out of like
candy.
a dehydrated, like not like a cheap ramen noodle, but probably
Uh-huh.
something that actually has some nutritional content to it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I mean, when you look at that, you go, okay, I'm gonna add some carbs. I'm gonna try and get some fat if I can, and then
Mhm.
a protein in there,
Mhm.
right? So,
That's kind of I mean, basically what I'm doing on the ground also. I'm like, trying to get a bunch of carbs, some protein, some fat, and
right.
Yeah.
just build that out as light as I can.
And do you always take fuel and some water, or do you kind of have trips where you're like, I'm just gonna go? Because we know a guy that he doesn't even take fuel. He'll take a dehydrated meal,
Yeah.
and at lunch he dumps his
Just
water
soak
in
it.
and
Yeah.
seals it, and just he's like, hey, it's cold, but
Right.
it still fuels me.
Yeah, yeah.
Just don't enjoy it as much.
Most of the time I'm bringing, like a little jet boil
Mhm.
fuel.
Is
Yeah.
that the brand? Do you have a brand specific that you care about? I mean, is there MSR, JetBoil, all those?
Uh,
Because the hunting world learns so much from your guys' world
okay.
because we're always, 3 years behind.
Mm.
You
Mhm.
guys are innovative in that space, and we're just kind of learning from your space, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, not really.
There's
I
no
think
sponsorship we have to worry about here.
no.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
the little jet boils were great.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what
I'm
I've
like
used
a
for
jet
12
boil.
years.
Like I love the simple. I have the cheap one, need a lighter, everything collapses.
It's your
But
cup.
everybody in the seemingly around is all moving into like this is better, this is better. We got smaller, like
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
or
who do we
piece
have
it
on?
together, the MSR.
Chris
Sn-
Neville?
Neville.
They
They're
were
creating one.
Yeah, they made one,
Okay.
Ruffridge stoves, and
Oh,
there's it's really sick, and it's a lot lighter,
Okay.
and they've done a lot of stuff around, it has the ability to kind of with JetBoil, it's just on or off,
Yeah.
and there's based on elevation, you can make some adjustments so you don't burn as much fuel,
Yeah. Okay.
and so,
Some windshields
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
yeah,
everything fits inside of it better.
inside
So
of
you
a
have
pretty
like
little
your
cup.
spork and your
Okay.
everything inside.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
have to
yeah.
get Chris hooked up with you and see if we can
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
get that set up because
Uh-huh.
they are actually, I think, looking at them like, because you always have a little bit of a bullshit meter of like, okay, it's just another version of the same thing.
Uh-huh.
But I do think they actually did
Okay.
a lot of hard work on
Cool. Yeah,
creating
yeah.
efficiency around weight, and there are because there's a lot of there's a big chunk of the hunting world that is very much gone, very much like ultralight
Yeah.
backcountry hunting,
Yeah.
So, but they live that ultralight life
Uh-huh.
outside of carrying a weapon,
Right.
right? Because yeah, when you're back there, every ounce matters.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
do for wind? If it's like windy, do
Uh
you just gotta ride it out?
yeah. Mostly
And you're
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
hanging off the side of that mountain, just like,
getting blown around.
Really?
oh,
Yeah.
You just
yeah.
ride it out.
Yeah.
How unnerving
I was
was it
thinking,
the
like,
first time, like
The
in
jet
that-
boil, you probably need like some windshields and stuff like that just on a normal day. And then I was
Yeah.
thinking, well, what happens whenever it is kind of shitty windy?
Yeah.
just-
I mean, if you're like in the portaledge or whatever, like you have like a rain, wind, fly.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
just, I mean, I've like ridden out some storms on El Cap where you're just sitting in the portaledge and like,
Oh, do you take
I
like a
hope this
Kindle or
doesn't
something
break.
to read, or I mean, 'cause you burnt. It looked like you were burning gobs of time waiting for the sun to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Well,
are we
yeah, because
doing?
like a lot of times, or most of the time, you're like, you don't want to climb in the sun. Like you want it to be a little
Why
bit
is that
cooler.
again?
We never asked. I shouldn't say again. Why is that? Yeah, because I asked that question myself last night. I was like, why is she waiting for the sun to go behind the cliff?
Yeah. Friction, like rock temperature. If it's hot or sunny, like you're sweating so much more,
Yeah.
and the
Mm.
friction is worse, and you also like your skin is softer when it's warm like that, or if you're
So
sweating,
you'll tear your
you go
fingers
through
up.
way more skin. If you're
You use up your skin.
Dude, you got
Those
to
things
care about
regrow.
your layers of skin, huh?
exactly if you're climbing
You only have so much.
8 days and you like wreck your skin on the first 2 days, like you're
You're
kind of screwed.
screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, also like just the friction is so much better. Like it's easier to holds if it's a little bit colder than if you're sweating or whatever.
Makes sense.
When you have limited goes on each of these hard pitches,
Yeah.
you're trying to optimize all those
I don't
little
know.
things.
If it's like back in the day, like motocross, I was just think it was cool when they like pull a little like goggle film off, and then they had like multiple films, like as it would get muddy.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, like, dude, you don't got like,
You only have so many layers.
oh, how fast does that like regenerate? Like after a long climb, are you kind of like out for a little bit? Like if you do
can
wreck them,
be. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I mean, there's whole companies dedicated to like climbing skincare products.
Oh yeah. Didn't even think about that, but yeah, you need
Yeah.
good nut butter on your hands, right,
Yeah,
and all this
too.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
Is-
even like if you think about it with like running, like you're burning so much more energy and like you have to have so much more water and all these things if you're doing it like if you're sweating, if you're doing it in the heat.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Completely changes. Yeah. 100%. And just like, and then I was just thinking, well, like, yeah, you can't just go sit on a rock sometimes. It's hot as fuck. So
Yeah.
it's like, you can't just
Yeah,
climb it.
Right.
be
It's like
yeah.
like how
hooked up
cap
there.
is just like it's like an oven. It's just like getting
Yeah.
baked in the sun all
So
day.
you're just like trying to create shade and get
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
on your little tiny ledge that's this big.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Does anybody wear gloves?
To climb.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of times you'll wear gloves when you're like doing a bunch of rope work.
Okay.
If you're like hauling the
Mhm.
bags or whatever, you'll
Yeah,
wear
yeah,
gloves.
yeah.
But to actually climb, like you want
Yep.
skin on rock
Yep.
contact.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dry.
Yeah.
Dry is key,
Yeah. I
right?
mean, you're chalking up, like you're
Constantly.
yeah.
yeah. I noticed that like you were just literally every time you put your hand, you probably didn't even think about
Does
it.
that
anymore.
become
You
like a
just go
habit,
rope.
probably, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that probably protects your hands a little bit too, huh? Having a little chalk layer between.
Yeah, it's just dry. Like it takes away that moisture.
Yeah. That we don't. I mean, me and Tyrel have no
I
idea
got
how much
sweaty ass
like,
hands just
we got-
sitting here.
how much moisture is just in our hand
Mhm.
right here, right? Wow. Amity, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, we chatted for a while.
I
Yeah, we're almost
I
2
say
hours.
this sometimes
It's quick.
jokingly, but I mean it this time. I looked up and I was like, that says an hour and 57 minutes there. But for me, this was huge because there's so much curiosity in your world.
Yeah.
And just to meet and be around somebody that has taken what you've done and taken it to that level. And just, I could probably spend another hour just talking about the mental side of that and really dig in because I
sure.
think that's huge. But
yeah.
I think we got some
This
really,
is so much fun.
it's
yeah.
absolutely a blast.
Thanks. Yeah.
And it's
Thank
so
you for
cool having
being
somebody
here.
so different than us. And I think that there's times when I feel like I'm just talking to another one of me.
right.
And I'm like, I already know what this guy's going to say, but I have it's really cool. I appreciate you.
There's so much. It's cool because there's so much crossover in a lot
100%.
of the mental between ultra running or hunting or whatever it
Yes.
is. Like there's so much crossover, but you have these like totally different perspectives of getting to the same spot.
Yeah.
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 And we're all in the same out of doors space,
Uh-huh.
experiencing it differently, right?
Yeah.
So I go out there and I might see, okay, there's a drainage
Right.
and look at that aspen grove. And you're looking at it going, well,
I go out there
there's
and
a
see the
space.
rock.
You see the
Yeah.
rock right next
Yeah.
to it.
Which is
the
so
rock-
fun.
The cliff's my enemy, right? Because I don't want to get cliffed out, right? So I'm going, how am I going to get around that thing and stay very far away?
Yeah.
And that's for you, that's your favorite, which is
Right.
that's the coolest part about being out there, right? And
Uh-huh.
we're so lucky in this country to have so much land that we all own together.
Yeah.
And that we all in our own way work to protect. And it's just great. But thank you for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you
I
guys.
love that you spent some time with us. It was really cool to have a
Appreciate
different
it.
perspective for us. I was excited. And also, like I said, I didn't know you were such a big deal in your space. I ran into you in the truck and I was like, yeah, we don't have a lot of listeners. It'll be okay. And she goes, you will after this. And I was like, I love that so much.
Yes.
I love it.
That's fun.
And I had yet to look at your Instagram and some of your videos. And so super cool. Thank you guys for listening. It means the world to us. Hope you got a lot out of this. And Amity, I think that if you're willing some other time when you're in town, let's have another conversation.
Yeah. Sure.
'Cause it's super fun, especially because it's convenient because it's right next door to your house
Yeah.
Yeah, I
for
think
a
That's
couple
great.
months a year. Where are you heading to after this, by the way?
I'll be in Wyoming for a while after this.
In the Wind
Yeah.
River Range?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going up
Sick.
into
I
the
might see you there. I'm going to go. I'm going to go fish that a little
there
bit.
you go.
Tyrell knows I will. Like
Look it up.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah.
putting
It's
the miles
incredible.
on the
Like,
truck.
I love
He's
it up
itching
there.
to go find it on a map right now.
Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah,
bugs him
like
when he
I've
doesn't
been
know.
wanting to look at my phone, like I can't get in there and look. But
Yeah.
I love that adventure of that. I love for me with the fishing that uncomfortable moment where I don't know the river,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to work or not, and for me that adventure of like, well, let's figure this out,
Mhm.
right? It's probably a little bit it's a very old man way of doing what you're doing, but sitting at the bottom of
Yeah.
that run going, "Okay, what's gonna work?
Now what?
What am
Yeah.
I gonna find when I get over that
Uh-huh.
edge?" And
Yeah.
yeah, the discovery of that. So,
Yeah.
again, thank you guys for listening to the Ruckless podcast. We appreciate you all. Tyrell,
Thank
For
you.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
yeah,
you.
thanks for
That
being
was
in here with
great.
us on a, what are we at today? Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Cold. I'm sure the timing worked for you because you can't climb a lot in the rain, huh?
Yeah.
So it's just indoor training. So,
I do
um,
plan my, interviews and nutrition work around the weather.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you
Yeah.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, thank you for coming on. I
Yeah,
appreciate
for
you.
sure. Thank you.
All right.
Ooh-la-la-la-oo.